Alright, I think we're in. Let me see if everything's alright. Actually, how loud? I think everything's good. I think everything's set. Alright. Someone just followed before I started stream. Oh! Thank you, Red Tanker, for the follow. Alright, so now we can hop back in chat. Okay. Actually, could you speak for a sec? Oh, wait. I think he's muted as well. There's someone in the VC. I was trying to see how loud you were on stream.
As long as I'm fucking hearable, then that's fucking alright.
Yeah, I wanted you to be audible, but I didn't want you to be like too loud because I fiddled with my audio settings before stream so I could get like more granular.
Say, if you want me to, I'd just lower my mic volume.
Yeah, no, you're good now. I can just turn up because I now have one audio slider for me, one for my music, and one for everything else.
Oh, cool.
So now I can turn each of them down individually. So, I think I might want to put the music a little bit lower. Yeah. And I made it to where I sound a bit louder because I actually didn't know that the best audio range is to where like the peak of your audio is in the red zone. I thought if it was in the red zone it was just clipping and it was just sounding awful, but apparently that's where you want the peaks to be and you want most of it to be in like that orange range. Alright.
There's some fucking games that I've not seen in ages.
Most
like Asphalt 6 Redline.
Yeah, the vast majority of this list I have never seen before. Well, not the vast majority. I'd say at least
Wait,
half.
Sega Rally?
Yeah,
I played that at the fucking arcade last week.
Where is Sega Rally?
The one with the Stratos.
Oh yeah, I see him. Yeah, it's the Stratos and the Subaru, and this one right here, I don't know if you saw, British, I put out a poll on my channel asking people what their favorite racing game of all time was. More than a few people actually said this on the Sega Saturn.
I don't see your mouse cursor.
Oh, is it not? Let me capture cursor. Oh, that it. Give me a moment. Oh, what the What? There. Okay. Alright, now do you see the cursor?
Nope. Wait, put it over the dual. Maybe I might.
It's in the left right. It's in the left white area.
Yeah, I don't see it.
What? Capture cursor. Try this? No, it's not showing up either. Automatic. No, that's not.
I was about to say, if there's Sonic All-Stars Racing and it hasn't got fucking the one where you change into a plane, then I'd be very disappointed.
I think that's
Yeah, it's at the top of the screen right now.
At the top, Sonic.
It's below Sega Rally.
I think it'd be this one, the one that I'm like moving around. That's the one that lets you like transform into planes and stuff.
That's the one I played the most.
I actually haven't played this one. I have played this one though. But I'm gonna try to roughly do them in like alphabetic and numeric order. So I notice on this list, all of the like first entries are last. So like you notice for the Dirt games, it's Dirt 2, Dirt 3, Dirt 4, Dirt 5, and all the way down here is Dirt 1. So I'll pick Dirt 1 up first before any of the rest of them while doing that.
Yeah. Christ, it really has got everything. It's got fucking Excite Bike from the
Yeah. Like it's got
oh
this
God.
this is the most comprehensive list I've seen. The only thing this list doesn't have is literally like browser racers from like addictinggames.com.
God damn it, I wanted to see Car Parking Simulator.
I wanted to see Burnin' Rubber 3. Shout out to everyone that knows what that is. You know what I might do? I have a better idea. I will get rid of that. Put this up. Stretch it a bit. So it's...
Why do you press F11 to put it in full screen?
Oh, no. I just wanted to stretch it so, like, the top and bottom was cut off.
Nah.
Oh, you mean, like... Oh! I actually... No, you had it right. I was just being... I just forgot that was even a thing. I'm gonna actually make this a little bit bigger. There we go. fiddling with the settings for a second.
Ah,
Now
yes, Blur, otherwise known as Mario Kart with real cars.
there we go. Now it's showing up the cursor.
Yeah, now I can see your cursor.
All right.
It took long enough.
Yeah, it took fucking long enough. All right. Dang, that was probably really loud. I think everything's balanced on stream though, like the music and me and everything. Should be at least. All right. So, we have a big tier list. This is actually a bit bigger than I wanted it to be. Maybe like 1 or 2 more tiers than I think I would have needed. But this is how I'm gonna do it. And we have a lot of games. Most of these aren't even gonna be on the list because there's so many that I haven't played. I'm not even gonna fill out this never played. I just won't put them on the list. Because they'd just be, this would just take up like over half of the entire board. And it just look off. But, here we go.
The music's audible, but barely.
I can turn that up a little bit. Like to there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want it to be like not as loud as I am, but still like
Oh,
fairly
yeah,
audible.
It's like, it's now background music's loudness.
Yeah. Hey, Ludacris. We're doing a big racing game tier list because one person in like my stream suggestions said it, and I was like, you know what, that doesn't sound too bad actually. I should probably turn my mic down whenever I do that, but yeah, I actually get a bit of water in me.
Just looking for as many like arcade games as possible.
There's a lot here. Like there's a bunch
Yeah,
of
I
Hot
see
Wheels
Daytona
games.
USA.
Yeah, there's Daytona USA somewhere up here.
There's the Initial D game.
Yeah, there's all kind of stuff.
Midtown Madness 2. What the heck?
Recently, I did actually play Midtown Madness 1. It's interesting.
Oh, NASCAR Thunder.
Yeah, there's a bunch of NASCAR games.
Opinion on that. Oh, past 2004?
Yeah, pretty much. I did play, the only one of them I've played is 04 recently, and that actually does go kind of hard. Are Asphalt and Real Racing games here? Asphalt is, yeah, there's a bunch of Asphalts here, and Real Racing is...
It'd surely be down the bottom where
Ride... I don't see it.
It's right somewhere.
No, I'm looking in the R section. I'm looking Rally Sport, Rally Fusion,
Oh, damn, it's the
Revolt.
original Outrun.
The original Outrun?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got all these here too. To be fair, like, I think the only one of those I've played is, I believe, Asphalt 7, but it was years ago. So,
I played 6 through 9.
yeah, even if I was...
6 had the... that one Lamborghini estate.
I don't even know what you're thinking about. Because, like, even if I were to rate Asphalt 7, it's been so long since I played it, I couldn't even rate it, really, because I wouldn't remember how it was. It's just been so long.
The Hard Truck series.
What'd you say?
Doesn't have the Hard Truck game series.
Does it have the hard truck?
Yeah, it's like very niche.
I would
Very
assume
niche
not.
Probably
franchise.
I mean, they have more obscure racers here than I'd expect. Like, this is one of, like, 2 lists that actually had the, Tokyo Extreme Racer series, these games right here.
Ah,
There were only, like, 2 lists that I found on the website that actually had those. Kind of hard to say how a mobile game would be ranked here.
Hard Truck is even more obscure because it's like made by Russians.
Yeah, it's...
So it's like only popular in like the Eastern Europe region.
Yeah, I imagine it's only slightly less obscure than, like, that one North Korean taxi driving game, if you know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess...
I like the fine, is it not too bad?
Wait, is
Because
it
I'll
called
go off if
Motorstorm?
it's too bad.
They have MotorStorm.
Yeah, the ones where if you put on too much nitrous, your car fucking blows up.
Midtown, Mod Nation, Monster Jam, Yeah, MotorStorm right here.
Oh, there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I haven't played any of them because I never owned a PS3 physically.
Bro, they were so fun.
Yeah, now that I have a PS3 emulator, I might try and get them soon, but I don't know how well they would run. Cause some games.
Especially Pacific Rift. Pacific Rift was the best.
Oh
The
yeah.
PlayStation 3 emulator. I mean, I've only played Persona 5 on it, but it's a pretty good emulator.
I've only played 4 games on my PS3 emulator, only 3 of which worked. The only one that was a absolute pain to run was GT6. GT6 just refuses to run on an emulator. It just.
Good, it's a crap
Yeah, I
game
can't
anyway.
imagine.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a terrible game anyway.
What'd you say, Xbox?
What the hell are we doing here?
Racing game tier list.
Yeah, we're gonna start in about 5 hours.
Most won the 2005 F-tier shittiest game in the world. SMH, don't at me.
Wait,
Nah, I'm kidding.
He said most wanted 05 worst game
If you
ever.
wanna have, okay, fast man, if you wanna have like 1 million views on your YouTube video, just add that in.
I might make that like the thumbnail for like the video when it goes up for the
It
highlights.
said most wanted, actually F-tier, question mark.
Yes.
with like a shocked face emoji, thinking emoji.
the
Yeah.
massive
Like-
red circle.
Just
with
put like
the
a
arrow.
Mr. Beast or like a soy face pointing.
Like this sus arrow, you know, the sus circle, the red sus circle.
Mr. Beast in the corner doing the shocked face.
Yeah.
The fucking Mr. Beast.
Uh,
Just a Mr. Beast image.
Yeah. But I actually did that recently. Before I set this up, yesterday I put out a community poll asking what the greatest racing game of all time was, and I put, if it wasn't in the 5 options that YouTube limited me to, then like put it in the comments. Oh, I put for the 5 options Most Wanted, GT4, Horizon 3, TDU 2, and Midnight Club 3. And apparently, I actually shouldn't have put TDU 2 because something in the comments was actually more liked than TDU got votes. You want to guess what it was?
Sega Rally.
Nah, Burnout 3.
God damn.
Oh, that's very true. Burnout 3 is also very poggers.
I thought Burnout 3 was going to lose to TDU 2 because TDU 2 sold way more, but apparently not. Hello,
I
Mr.
would
Chat.
say Burnout 3 is just a better game overall, though, in terms of how like polished it is.
Oh my
TD2
God, is that
great,
Big
but
Rigs?
It's just a
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah,
Big
of course.
Too.
Hold on, let's go ahead and preemptively. Of course,
SST.
the classic.
Yeah,
The classic. Yes.
gamer
Bro,
classic.
it was just made by like some guy on a desk on just.
Bro was just like bored. Bro just had nothing to do, and he was just vibing, man. Agreed,
He's
Big
just
Rigs.
work on a Tuesday. Like I'm bored, bro. I'm gonna make.
Now,
a
can I
game.
add a row above?
Big Rigs?
Actually, does anyone of you know the kind of like small
Big
backstory of why Big
Rigs.
Rigs even exists?
I remember hearing it in, I think, an AVGN video, but it's been a while.
Well, to put it short, the game has been outsourced to some very small company that was like, okay, just make the game, thank you, goodbye.
Yeah. Soda Man, Big Rigs is the shovelware of shovelware. It's literally, it's like they updated, like it's so broken that it had like I think 3 different updated versions. In the first version, there was no AI. The collision detection didn't work. You could drive off the map and go as fast as the game would let.
I
Is it-
swear you could also go as fast as you can in reverse.
Oh yeah, no, it's in
Just
reverse.
acceleration.
In reverse, if you hit reverse and then like hit it, it would literally just go until I think you hit the integer limit, and then the game would crash.
Was it?
I think I've seen Flash games with more polish than that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean I've played
Yeah,
plenty
Flash
of.
games were polished.
The game was better on release than Cyber.
That's basically the only thing this list
True.
doesn't have. This list is so
It's true.
comprehensive. It
A bold
basically
but very
just
true
doesn't have
statement.
Flash games. Yeah.
Wait,
you-
what the
you-
hell is that downhill jam? It looks like a skate game. Why is it in a
Downhill
racing
jam.
sim? There
Where do
go
you see
down.
that?
Scroll down.
Oh, scroll down.
I mean, there are like snowboarding games and stuff too that are considered
Yeah, a bit
racing
further.
games.
A bit further. I don't even see what you're talking about. What was it near?
Oh, there.
Oh,
It's a
this.
Toy Story Racer.
Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam. That must have been like a skateboard racing game where you like race down a hill. Do I see the Wii Cars game? Was it up here? One of these I'm assuming is it.
Yeah, there was a Cars game.
I don't know which one of these it is. I assume it's either Racerama or this one. But I had one of these on the original Xbox, and I will rank it if I can remember which one of these it is.
I think Racerama was the one on the DS.
Then it was this
Minor.
one. What?
Minor, do you
Yeah.
mean the one where you can also race as Mater in these like demolition derby races?
I
'Cause remember there
believe
was a
so.
PS3 title that could do that.
No, it wasn't. It was a 6th gen. No, yeah, it was 6th gen because it was on the original Xbox and I believe PS2 as well.
Then the Cars, just the first one.
Yeah.
Cars.
That was the one that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most probably.
Oh my god, F1 Race Stars is there.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Cars,
Holy
Legendary.
based!
the
Cars
best racing game of all
Simulator
time.
National. That's what.
Okay. Well, we've
Yes,
dicked around for long
automatically.
enough. Let's start the list.
Right.
I'm gonna go in. I'm not ranking all of them because I have literally not even played more than half of these.
Yeah.
So like any ones that I haven't played aren't even going on there because this would just be way too big. So let's start with the first one, which would be Art of Rally. Art of Rally, as simple as it is, and well, it's not really like changing the game in a lot of ways. It's solid, and like for an indie title, I would probably put it in like a high B, low A kind of range. I'd say.
Yeah.
I'd say that's relatively fair for that
Yeah,
game.
because you also get like a lot of variety and choice, but also no first person. I cry every time.
Yeah, well, there are mods for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was up, Haki.
It's like $25 though. Like for what it gives you, that's a good price.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like it's
definitely.
solid enough. The next one I've played would be Assetto Corsa. Assetto Corsa, I have a weird time ranking this game
It
because
depends on if you're on console and or PC.
oh no,
doesn't it?
console is like D tier.
Yeah.
Console is like actually D tier. Because there is just nothing to do. That you can drive and you can do multiplayer servers, but unless, especially because most of the people on console, I'm assuming, aren't playing on a wheel, you just have nothing to do. But if you load it up with the most fucking mods ever, I could see it being like A tier. That's if like
Yeah.
you're in like communities where you can do all kind of multiplayer stuff and things. I wouldn't call it S tier. I keep seeing
Yeah.
comments in my videos being like, Assetto Corsa is the best game of all time.
I think
If you
the
load it
one
up with a
need to
million
sort out
mods.
the Rally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, to me, this is a great simulator and a great modding platform, but I don't think of it as necessarily of... Like, I had a debate with someone recently who told me that, like, Assetto Corsa isn't a sandbox, and I'm like, it basically is. It's just a sandbox. It's like Gary's mod for cars, basically.
It's basically a sandbox for the
I would
modders.
argue Gary's mod for cars has to be BeamNG.
Fair.
Basically has to
Oh,
Fair.
yeah, definitely.
That's a truer
But at
analysis,
the same
but
time, BeamNG is only good when you have automation on top of it.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
well,
even before automation cars, there were a lot of cars. There's a Supra mod, there's a Skyline as well, and all this kind of stuff.
yeah.
I think the draw of BeamNG is obviously the fact that everything is so detailed. So if you're really like, enthusiastic about cars, you can change it to whatever you want.
Yeah, actually, is Beam even on this list?
Well,
Is it
I
considered
don't
a
think it
racing
is
game?
because it's not really a racing
No,
game. It's just
yeah.
a physics engine. 'Cause
Yeah, no.
For a racing game, BeamNG is terrible. It's not a good racing game.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like calling Gary's mod a first-person shooter.
Hasn't-
Like, it's yeah, that is what the game.
Yeah,
is.
like it's technically built on the Source engine, but it's like not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hasn't, BeamNG physics improved like quite a
Beam is
lot.
YouTube
recently?
Shorts.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'd probably say AC going into A tier would probably be fair, putting everything together, that like its strengths and weaknesses. I wouldn't
Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't put it
Trash.
much higher than that. I know I keep seeing comments saying it's like one of the best racing games now, but I don't log on to AC enough to like say I enjoy playing AC all the time. Like, I've logged onto AC more than a handful of times, but I don't actively, when I go to play a racing game, I never really look at AC.
I mean, it's also, I think AC really just appeals to people who want a game like it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
To be fair, AC is also harder for me because I don't own a wheel yet.
Yeah, that could also bar a lot of
But
people
at the same
from
time,
enjoying
the
it.
multiplayer server aspect is kind of flawed as well, because instead of having
Really
something like
flawed.
GT, where it's like weekly races that you just do, you have to wait for a server and then wait for people to populate it, and yeah, it's just kind of.
When are we gonna put FH4 and 5 in their own tier? We'll get to FH4 and 5. We will get there.
They already have their own
Minor.
tier. It's called
Yeah.
trash.
Minor, you see the video that Emp made on like the state of sim games nowadays, like the Gran Turismo Motorsports and all that.
Wait, Emp made a
So
video?
Fucking buggy.
Emp?
Yeah, Implement.
Are you sure it was on like Sims?
Pardon? What? Emplement
Oh,
made a video about.
I think it was Implement.
I don't think it was, because the only videos he's done on games in like his
Yeah,
current era is like the one that was on Nintendo and the one that was have video games been in a downward spiral.
Yeah, it's not on his main channel. I think it's the second channel. I'll have a look. I might just be misremembering because there's a lot of like creators nowadays
His
that have a
last-
similar style.
Well, yeah, me.
His last video was like 2 months ago.
He has a second channel? What?
Yeah, well, he
Oh,
actually,
it's Racevic. It's Racevic.
Race,
That's what.
bruh,
Not even close.
Racevic. I wouldn't even know if
No.
Racevic is
No,
inspired by Emp.
No, but you can't deny that their editing style and presentation is pretty fucking similar.
Well, yeah, but their
What?
voice is completely different.
Yeah,
They're-
I just don't remember, like, because I didn't watch the video more than once. And so, like, I don't know. Presentation styles, what I remember videos. For, not
I
the voice
guess,
actor over.
but that reminds me of the one time someone confused me for the squid.
The squid? Oh, yeah.
Someone-
He doesn't make video game stuff, does he?
No,
I
he
thought it was
just makes like car histories and racing histories, and someone in the
Yeah.
Discord was like, "Hey, what happened to your Corvette video?" Because the squid, like, from copyright or something, had to pull his Corvette video for a day, and someone was like, "Oh, where did it go?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Wow, just because I'm American, we all look the same as that.
Yeah, but oh, excuse
I
me.
actually don't know Swiss American.
I guess we can go ahead and get to the next one. I got to go all the way down to Burnout 3. Burnout 3, it's I don't know whether to put this in double S tier, cuz it's definitely up there.
Keep in mind, you should probably like make a rule where you can change your picks, because
Oh, yeah,
once
I'm-
you've completed the list, you might have different opinions.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to be changing throughout the list, but like
I would say Revenge is better. So,
I haven't played Revenge.
For me,
I'm-
you should.
I'm only ranking what I've played.
Okay. Well, I would say if you've only played Burnout 1 to 3 or like Revenge Paradise, those aren't included. That's still the best one.
Yeah, the
3
only
is like the most complete Burnout game from that game style.
ones I've played is 3, Paradise, and Revenge.
I thought you said you hadn't played Revenge.
Oh, I was thinking of Dominator then.
No, Revenge is the one where you punt cars across the map when you hit them from the behind.
Oh, yeah. I have played Revenge, this one.
Yeah, Revenge is so fucking chaotic and fun.
Yeah, I think I can actually look at my Revenge copy from here. At my game disc, but nah, I might be behind some of my other games. But I'll go ahead and put Paradise up there. I'd say Paradise, I keep hearing, I've recently heard more negative about this game, but from what I remember, it was probably an A or an S tier from whenever I was playing it. I'm probably going to put it in A for now, but it has been a bit since I've played it.
The drama is probably because of the remaster being kind of disappointing.
Yeah, sorta.
I think that was like the only thing I heard of Paradise that was negative. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I've forgotten, honestly.
Paradise had good multiplayer. I had it on the 360, and I didn't have gold until after I think the servers were pulled. So
I would like to pitch in and say it had good multiplayer depending on where you lived. Because
Yeah.
believe me, some countries, I remember seeing forum posts about it, where the game was unplayable in multiplayer. Some
Dang.
countries.
I actually didn't know about that.
Straight up. Yeah, I had a year playing this game trying to get the multiplayer to work for me, but it was a region thing. Shoot.
Yeah. Revenge, I'll put it in S tier. That's where I'd personally put it, because I generally, both of these are still really good games, but I've generally had a more enjoyable time with 3 than I have with the Revenge. Both of them are still great games in their own right, though, and I could see either one, really.
They are the two like most popular picks for best Burnout game.
Yeah.
Because 3 has the best Burnout style, and Revenge has a unique twist, but it doesn't do much different than that from 3.
3's endgame sucks. I'm trying to think if I've ever finished 3, and that might make me think of 3 better since I've actually finished it, like 100%ed it.
All gold medals in Burnout 3 is torture, yeah. They're fucking awful.
The last championships are bad. I'll have to check that for myself because I would like to know then. What else? What have we got next? The Cars game. I was mentioning this earlier on stream. I put it in like a solid B. It's not like a massive like exceptional game that like added a bunch of really cool features. It's just it's really good for a movie tie-in game. I'll give it that. It's not like shovelware, but it's nothing like amazingly like groundbreaking or anything. It's just okay.
It's fun for the whole family.
Yeah, like you could play it for a few hours at a time.
If you play it with the intention of, because you really like Cars, the movie, you'll
Right.
like the game. I
Yeah.
think. Being the conclusion. It appeals well to its market, let's just say that.
Unpunished, you don't like crash mode? What?
Who doesn't? That's heresy.
Bruh.
I don't know if I can say in the stream now. I need to rethink this.
Actual heresy.
I will say though, blowing up your car mid race is more fun than the crash game mode. Honestly,
Yeah,
Taking
I
out the
could
drivers is so fun.
I could see that. Okay, so now we can get to the CMR games. Of the ones I've played, and I'm gonna do them in order, so like CMR Rally first. I put CMR 1 probably, and I know some people 15 years older than me might get a bit annoyed that I'm not the biggest fan of games that haven't aged perfectly, but I'm only gonna put it in probably about B tier. Because I just don't vibe, mainly with the handling of the CMR games. That's the thing.
And that's surprisingly high up, in my opinion.
Really?
Is it a PlayStation 1?
And I've played the second game, okay? I would put it in B tier from nostalgia bias, but
I
apart
just
from
come
that,
back. Why is Cars in B tier?
We were just talking about that. It's not like groundbreaking or anything, but it's good for a movie tie-in game. It's
Good for a children's game, yeah. But
Yeah.
It's like, is it a good game?
what I would
I mean,
say.
that depends on what you consider a good game. If you buy a Cars game, I don't know if you're expecting like AAA quality. That's kind of what we're talking about. If you're
Basically,
looking to buy a Cars game, it does that well.
like how I have it listed is basically like I would recommend B and above. I would say must play is like S and up, and C is just okay. D is bad, and anything lower is just don't even bother. That's how I look at it. So
Unpunished has a good point, and I actually agree. The crash game mode at the end game does get pretty repetitive.
yeah,
It's the same tracks over and over.
yeah. But I haven't
Cars usually.
100%ed Burnout 3 before. I think I tried to once, but I never ended up actually finishing it.
I finished all the ones I played.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do the rest of the CMRs that I've actually played. CMR 3, I'd probably put in C tier, really. I just didn't find a whole lot interesting about that game. And I'd probably put... I put 04 and 05, I'd probably put in B tier. They're just decent enough for what they are.
Is it me or did you miss the second game?
What'd you say?
I think you missed the second game.
I didn't actually play 2.0.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
only ranking the ones you've played, right?
Yeah, that I would use this category, but like that would literally be 85% of the list, and it just would take way too much time just shuffling all of these into the never played category.
Yeah, just don't bother
Yeah,
putting anything
no.
in.
Yeah,
The never played category is below the chart. It's fine.
yeah. The next one would be the Corvette game. The Corvette game, I actually have a physical copy. I have it literally in my hand right now. It's like a high C, low B for me. It's, again, nothing like super special, but it was decent enough as what's basically just an advertisement for Corvette.
Yeah, but like, did you have to buy this, or did it come included with stuff?
No, I think my dad bought it from somewhere. I
'Cause
think.
I wouldn't mind playing a game that's basically an advertisement. But if I
Yeah.
had to pay to play a game that's an advertisement.
Thank you, Nine, for the follow. But
You
yeah.
know what? No, that's just my bias. I retract that.
I think I went back recently and played it, and I realized the handling wasn't that great, from what I remember. I remember actually kind of being really bad at this game whenever I was growing up, but there's a lot of games on this list that were like that.
I think we should point out which games like are newer, and which are really, really old.
Yeah, that will also...
Some things you can like forgive if the game's from 2001 or whatever, right?
Oh yeah, this is from 2004.
Yeah, and like even the game, you have to remember, like, you know, yeah, it could be better, but it needed to run on the PC and the PS2.
Yeah.
Whatever. Right? There are limitations there.
Funnily enough, I could call this a Rockstar game because it was published by Take-Two Interactive.
Oh no.
It wasn't
Shame.
technically Rockstar, but it is published by Take-Two, so that's funny.
It was made by Rockstar's Datu.
Yeah. Actually, I'll be back in just a quick moment.
Yeah, I gotta go walk my dog. You guys, I'll be back in a bit. You guys have fun raiding while I'm gone.
yeah.
Alright, I'm back. Okay. So we got the Corvette game out of the way. So now the next one would be... I don't know if I would count Daytona USA. Not because, like, not counting as a racing game. I just don't know if I've played enough of it to count it. Because I think I just played, like, a little bit of a demo of it on, like, 360 Live Arcade, which... I don't know if y'all would even count that, but... It was decent enough, especially for a game that's that old. But here's where we get to a big list, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the order I'm going to do it in, which is the Dirt games. Actually, I'll put Dirt Showdown before Rallies, just so I can do it like that. Okay. You would count a demo? I personally wouldn't, because it doesn't really showcase enough of the game to me. Let's go ahead and start with Dirt. Dirt 1, I'd say is like a high B. If I was going to put them in order of quality, I'd put this like... Probably there. Like, just like the end of B. Dirt 1 was clearly a tech demo game. Sorta. I think it was either Dirt 1 or Dirt 2 was the first one to use the Ego engine. I can actually check that real quick. Let's
I
see.
expect the first one to be on that engine.
Yeah.
Oh, Unpunished says
Dirt-
Dirt 1 was Ego.
Dirt 1 was Ego. Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first one because it was Dirt, Race Driver Grid, and then Dirt 2. Okay. So yeah, that was the first one on the Ego engine. And it does kind of have that that like light feel that a lot of the CMR games did, but it's definitely a lot like more grounded feeling. Because my biggest issue with the physics in the CMR games is just that the car, to me at least, doesn't feel like it has a lot of weight to it. So it feels very floaty and very light to steer. But the Dirt games, especially going into 2 and 3, really started improving on that.
I mean, CMR was kind of like a children's rally game, I guess you could almost say. At least that's how it feels to me.
Yeah, I could kind of see that, but I also saw a lot of people saying, oh, none of the CMR Dirt games are any good because they're not Richard Burns Rally, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, just shut up.
That's what I'm saying, like, bro,
Yeah.
who asked?
Like, I played Richard Burns Rally myself, and I mean, I guess either I'm just that bad of a driver or I'm on keyboard, but just playing that game kills me on the inside.
Yeah. The next one would be Dirt 2. Yeah. Dirt
Yeah.
2 is just...
Solid.
It's I keep seeing comments all the time from people talking about Dirt 2, and it's not just one thing. They talk about all of Dirt 2 positively, like the physics, the presentation, the track selection, the graphics, just everything
Yeah.
about it, the music choice. I hear people compliment everything about this game.
Yeah, everything was done perfect, almost perfectly, I would say.
Oh yeah. It was all done very well. You sadly started with Dirt 5. Oh, rip.
Oh my god.
Rip.
Hell no.
Oh, well. Let's see. Dirt 3.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mr. Chalka.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Dirt 3 I put in as a solid S tier. Because I talked about this a lot in the video. On a technical level, Dirt 3 is the better game to Dirt 2. But because of the presentation and how the game is structured, Dirt 2 just feels a bit better to me. Fair. Games from... Okay,
Yeah,
if I was going to... I'm not going to, but if for any reason I was going to bring Dirt 2 down, it would be just for Games for Windows Live. Because that still affects it to this day, and that is plainly awful. But to be fair, like most of the games on here that were ported to PC from like 2002 to 2009, most of those would also have that docked on them as well. So like Underground 2 and different other games
it
on...
was on Games Live too? Games for Windows Phone games, or
Wait, what did you say?
it was. Sorry, I had a stroke. Underground 2 was also in games for Windows
I'm pretty
Live?
sure it was, because I think I recently had to download a Games for Windows Live patch when I was getting Underground 2 on PC.
Weird, because I've downloaded the Underground 2 off of my Abandonware, and I've had nothing even close to it.
Yeah, I downloaded off another website, but it was similar to my Abandonware, or it used like the same archives or something. I can't remember for sure. Dirt 3 was Steam-based, and Dirt 3's online was great. True, Dirt 3's online is still great. Like, every now and then I'll just hop on the online, and there's usually a lobby open, and I'll just be chilling in there, in, like, doing rally races, or rallycross, or, like, the, infection events, and different stuff like that. All of it's just
Yeah.
really good. Then we have Dirt 4. Dirt 4 is... Intro Windows Live started with 360, basically. Oh, yeah. I thought it started with Windows XP. I thought that's when it started. To work on Xbox One and only works on Steam? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Dirt 4... I'm just gonna put it in C. Dirt 4 is the reason Rally exists now? What do you mean?
wasn't the first rally released before Dirt 4?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking him what he means.
Yeah.
Because this is 2017, Dirt Rally 1 is 2015. That's 2 years before.
I've played Dirt 4 on my like old laptop, the 2012 laptop, low end too. So I played it at like 20 FPS.
Yeah. That
It was pain.
Yeah, Unpunished. I wasn't sure what you were meaning by that because like this came out 2 years after Dirt Rally 1, and actually the gap between 3 and Rally 1, actually the only thing that filled that was Dirt Showdown, which yeah, I luckily have played and owned Dirt Rally 2.0. Yeah, Dirt Rally 2.0 is solid. But Dirt 4, I don't even know how to describe Dirt 4 really. It's just exists. It's just kind of there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bit of an identity crisis. It wants to be the original Dirt games, but also cash in on Dirt Rally's popularity.
Yeah. Like, it's just okay.
Like it's almost like almost half a sequel to Dirt Rally, but not really.
Yeah. Soda Man, I have that exact same demo on my 360, and it was fairly solid for the demo. And I bought it recently because like Steam keys for Dirt Showdown, when you realize they're $1 on Steam key shops, it's a steal for $1. Like it's way better than like $1 mobile game you could get. It's way better than one of them. But
Can't imagine.
yeah. Dirt 5, I'm just gonna match it with Dirt 4, but put it like just ahead of it. Showdown is a good spin-off, but they could have just called it Showdown not without Dirt. True. Very true.
Mm.
Yeah, that's why I think a lot of people were like a bit negative towards it originally, was because it was called Dirt instead of just called like Rally Showdown or something like that, or like Derby Showdown. Yeah. Dirt Showdown, I'd probably put it as like a high C, low B kind of range. I might also move some stuff around near the end of the list to see where everything's really set at, but for how it is now, that's probably where I'd want to set it. Because it's not even that it's like bad. It's not, it really isn't. It's just, it's not a Dirt game, so it was mislabeled as such.
Yeah.
Dirt Showdown or a 4-pack of Coke? I'd probably take Dirt Showdown. That's also because you can't get a 4-pack of Coke over here. 2 Dirt Showdown keys is as much as 1 600ml Coke bottle here. So I could maybe get like a... Actually, no, because at the gas stations around here, you can... British, you good? You turn him down.
Homie was cooking.
Homie was cooking and burnt in. Bruh. But I guess at like the gas stations around here, you can get like the $1 soft drink dispensers. So I guess you could probably get like a 20-ounce drink. I get 2 Showdown keys and I have a party with a friend. Fair. That'd probably be a better time. Yeah, for $2.
Yeah.
Or it's like $2 or €2, whatever. Like 10 ruples. I don't know.
Nah, you mean like 400?
Yeah, I don't know the exact conversion right now.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad to see Cars in B. I played that game to death, and I'd love to see modern racers with that vibe it had. Yeah, that like for a movie tie-in game, it is pretty solid. That I will definitely give it. Was that for a movie tie-in game, it was not bad. Definitely. The Asphalt 8 there, don't remind me how they murdered that game. Yeah. Yeah. That's something. But I guess we can go ahead and I'll put both the Dirt Rally games up there. I'd say Dirt Rally 1 would be like a low A, and Dirt Rally 2 would be like a high A. Yeah.
I hate to admit, but yeah, that's fair because the first game is pretty bare bones. There's not a lot to do.
Dirt Rally 2 a lot easier on wheel. Yeah, I feel like I remember Dirt Rally being a little bit more difficult on controller as well. But I haven't had a chance to try either on wheel since I don't own one yet. That's also why like a lot of the sims that are on here won't be on the list, is because I can get them, it's just I don't have a wheel to play them with, so there wouldn't really be a point. It's like AC is gonna be one of the only sims on here. Let's
I
see.
still like the first game, the first rally, more than the second, just because of the menu music.
Yeah, I had some people say that. Either the menu music or because it had Pikes Peak. And Rally 2 didn't.
I have a skill issue, so that's not really
Uh-oh.
something I raise a game for.
Fair. Let's see where we're at next. What would be the next one I've played? F1. Okay. The first F1 game I played was F1 2019. You're a man of the people. We haven't the money for wheels and such nonsense. I'm not coping or anything. I mean, I kind of am too. You know what? I'll make that a goofy Patreon goal. If you can send $500, I will buy wheel, just from me. You can't have it though. Yeah.
How fancy are you willing to go? Because at least I can find like a G25 or a G27 for like 150 euro.
I mean, I was gonna go with like a G29 or a G920 kind of thing, but like,
yeah,
that's still a relatively budget wheel from what I understand.
Yeah.
F1 2019, that was the first F1 game I played, and that I put in like a solid A tier. Maybe, I don't know if I'd really want to put it in S tier, but I'd say it fits comfortably in A tier for me. Because of just how the game felt, how the presentation was, how the campaign was. Pardon me, a wheel and pedals is... No. I said, like, if I set up a Patreon, and there'd be, like, a goal of 500. But that'd be when I get the wheel. Because I also... The thing is, I'm not full-time, so any purchases I have to make have to be, like, justifiably made. To, like, make it back. Scam? True. I am the world's greatest scam artist. Yeah, that's me. It's your boy Logan Paul. Yeah. F122? Yeah.
Fast Scam 07.
Fast Con Artist 07. 22 I'd put like as like a... We're gonna get Coffeezilla series about it. True. I'd put F122 as like a low S. I hope there's no racing games the Japanese fort. Yeah. We're gonna fight Dylan Dennis. True. We gonna get into ring. To be fair, I'm like a big guy. I'm like 6'2", 270. So like, if I bulked up properly and like did the training, I probably would be decent in there. F1 2020 to me, I just look at as the like expanded content version of 2019 because it's a yearly sports title. That's if you're gonna see any improvement, it's just gonna be more content or slightly better graphics or something like that. And that's just what I see 2022 as 19. I guess I can go ahead and stick 2021 up there. I just realized this list hasn't been updated in a little bit because there's no 22 or 23. I almost want to put like 12 or 13 as a stand-in for 22 and 23, but I don't know if I will. I probably won't actually. I'll just put in 2021. 2021 would be like, it'd be a low A, I'd say. Your first F1 was 06 or 09. Was it on the PSP? Because that'll tell that
My first. Sorry, continue.
PS2, then it'd be 06, because 09, if I remember correctly, was PSP exclusive.
If I'm not mistaken, my first F1 was like 2003 or 2004 on the PC.
Hmm.
But I played it for like a week, and then the mom's PC just shat itself.
Dang. F1 Career Challenge. I tried to play this on emulator. It just refused. So I don't actually know if I would really rank this one yet. I've heard very good things about it, but I couldn't get it to run long enough on an emulator to actually like experience this game in full. If that ever gets fixed, then I will probably rank this fairly high, but I haven't gotten the chance to yet. So let's see what's next. Someone recently bought me a Flat Out 2 key. One of my friends did, but I haven't played it yet. I installed it, but I haven't played it yet. I need to. Ford Racing 2? Like, decent middle of A tier? At least I think that's Ford Racing 2. Yeah. Ford Racing 2. Ford Racing 2 is just good. And, like, it's weird, because I wouldn't even expect a game like that to be, like, even that good. But it's just solid.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, Ford Racing 2 is better than it has any right to be true. It's just good, and I don't even know. It just be like that. Ford Racing 2 just built different like that. Like, it's just... I don't even know. The only thing I might be able to complain about is that, like, maybe the graphics and, like, some of the effects haven't aged super well. But even then, it doesn't look bad necessarily for, like, a PS2 game. Because that's what I played it on. I didn't play... I think there was a PC release as well, but I only played it on the PS2 version. But still, it's still pretty decent. Let's see what else we got. For being a manufactured tie-in, it's fantastic. True. I put Horizon 1. Has a lot of unicorn cars too. Also true. Yeah, like the SRT and I think Celine cars as well. As do the other Ford racing games. Yeah. I don't even know if I'd include Horizon 2 Fast and Furious, but I haven't played it either way because I didn't get the expansion in time. So Forza Horizon 1. I'd put in... I'd put it as like a low S tier. Low mid S tier, somewhere I'd say, for Horizon 1. Because it definitely has its issues. It definitely has some problems, like with the physics and collision detection in certain areas. And the servers could be... Well, not actually... No, because that's because I played it at end of life. That's why the servers were kind of screwy then. But also the content compared to both the entries that would come after and the motorsport games was really squashed down. Like in terms of the number of cars and things it had. But like what you did have in this game was still a lot of fun. Like all the different events and the progression system and all that was just all really enjoyable as a whole.
Yeah. My introduction, sadly, is the 5th game.
Yeah. I mean, technically that's most people's because they say, oh, 20 or 30 million people have installed the game and not even touched it. Horizon 1 was a great base that the next two games improved on IMO. I could see that, but there were also things that the next two games took away that Horizon 1 had. Like the progression was taken away slowly, and like the character elements of the game were taken away slowly through 2 and 3. That's why like Horizon 2 I'd put as like a good A tier. I'd say like a solid A tier. Just added more content and a bigger map and like a new kind of environment to Horizon 1, but took away some of the character and some of the progression. That's just the trade-off they made for that. And they also got rid of the lobby multiplayer system. To me, Horizon 1 has the best multiplayer system of any Horizon game, just because it has actual lobbies. And not the convoy system, whatever. Except for Horizon 2 didn't have convoys either. You're gonna rate Horizon 1 in... saying that the hovercraft in Horizon 4 was bigger than 1's map? In never played? Yeah. I mean, if you've never played Horizon 1, then... yeah.
Nothing you can do about it.
I think of the Horizons, I think Horizon 1 is the least sold. Because it was also, like, right at the end of the 360's lifespan. It wasn't like a GT6 situation where the Xbox One came out before the game did, but Xbox One version of FH2 is arguably still the best looking Horizon game aside from 3. Yes and no. I could see you saying that for like art direction, like the reflection, like how the reflections are done and the bloom and the temperature filters and that kind of thing. In terms of graphical and lighting fidelity, FH5 is the best looking, but in terms of like environmental and like different properties of it outside of like just pure fidelity, I could see someone arguing for 2 or 3. I can also see someone arguing for 1 even, because to be fair, even up to Forza Motorsport, whatever they're gonna call it, like the new Forza Motorsport, they're using some yeah, they're using car models that date back to Forza Motorsport 1.
Yeah.
So, like, in some cases, you can just have the same car that looks exactly the same in all releases. Yeah.
Like the 50 literally has PlayStation 2 tier modeling for the front
Yeah.
in the 5th Horizon.
Yeah. I'd say Horizon 3, I'd put as like I'd say a high A tier for me. That's where I'd put Horizon 3. I could see someone arguing for it being FH3 City is cool. FH3 City is cool. I'm like, Surfer's Paradise is a cool city to like race through, and it has like unique stuff that makes it like probably the best city to me in a Horizon game, because I'm trying to think of any. It and Nice in Horizon 2 are probably the 2 best cities in the Horizon games, because they're like cities. They're like actual, like, even like somewhat modern cities, even if they have some older architecture in there at points. Engine model is a flat picture in the hood. Yeah. I've heard some people make jokes about that kind of stuff. Nostalgia be hard for this one. I could also see that, but the first time I played FH3 was in 2019, and that was after I started playing FH4. So I effectively went back to FH3 to try it out, and it was still pretty good, to be honest.
Your based Dirt 3 in S tier?
Yeah, I just put Horizon 3 in A tier, though.
I'm surprised Dirt 5 isn't in D.
I rate Dirt 5 just higher than 4, because 5 at least has personality, even if I don't like it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it has personality, but that's the only thing it has. It has no
Yeah.
it has no gameplay. It doesn't even have rally tracks. It doesn't have a single sprint race.
Yeah, unless you count races with sprint cars.
Uh,
I actually don't think it has that either, but... So what have we got next? Horizon 4. My beloved. Horizon 4.
It's such a good game, but it's so shit at the same time.
Yeah.
If we're counting now...
Fast and Furious?
Right now it's A. if we're counting launch, straight to trash.
Oh yeah, like launch, it's bordering on trash. It's like bottom of E tier at launch. Soda
Yeah,
Man,
but now,
I never had the Fast and Furious DLC, so I can't rate it. It's probably good, but I never had it, so. As a whole, in my 190 days I spent playing Horizon 4,
I'd say top B, bottom A.
I
Because it added so many new things that are just so fucking.
I don't feel comfortable putting it in A or above. Because, like, the amount of wasted time I had on this game, where the game spent time making me do nothing, is immense.
Well, yeah, but there's also so many things that make it just so much easier to play the game itself. Like, there's the businesses that make it so you can just, like, afford any car you want. There's the event lab that...
I mean, yeah, but the
came
game
out before.
dumps money on you in so many ways. Like, you were there for the
Yeah.
Goliath glitch. You were also there for the launch of the game, where like you could finish last place and make 500 credits less than the guy who got first. You like,
Yeah, but I mean, like, are we talking about the game overall? Or
Yeah.
if someone was to pick up the game right now? Like, that's never played it before.
mine. Well, to be fair, like, this isn't necessarily an objective look. This is my ranking, and my ranking is tainted by having played it since
Launch.
basically launch.
Yeah.
Like, I played it before... I played it back when rank worked, and when it didn't work. I played it before free-for-all was ever a thing in online races. You remember whenever it was only team races?
I didn't mind it, to be honest.
I always minded that, because I was always in a team that sucked.
Just crash everyone else out. That's what you do in team races. Just get a big truck and crash everyone else out.
Yeah. From my experience, I'd put it as like a low B. That's where I'd have to put it, cause
Christ, if 4's a low B, where is 5 coming? Because it's definitely lower.
we're gonna get to that one right now. Horizon 5, my beloved.
Right.
According
So
to IGN, I think it
10
was
out of 10.
no. Have you seen? I don't know if you've seen this list. With one exception, according to IGN, this is the greatest racing game of all time.
What?
With one exception. And the funniest thing is, what beat it out was some no-name like Commodore 64 game released in like 1987. And that's
Yeah, but who trusts IGN? Let me guess, they put GT4 in the bottom 7.
Eureka. Are you talking about 4 or 5? To be fair, that applies to both. But are you talking about 4 or 5?
It's mainly 5. Because in 4 you could just spam join, in 5 you have to leave the game fully.
No, I've actually, in my experience, having played, I was talking about 4. In my experience, 4 has the worst servers. And like,
Yeah.
I even say this because I did a stream with chat where I was playing both 4 and 5 to get footage for the Horizon video. Literally, I was going to do about an hour and a half on each. We got 50 minutes into online racing in 4, then we got slapped with what ended up being a 30-minute long post-race loading screen.
Wow. I've never had it that bad.
I've had it that
The worst
bad.
thing I think the worst thing I've had myself in 4 is me trying to go into pause and the game crashes. Well, not crashes, it just like, it doesn't go into the menu.
Yeah, I've had that a few times. Dirt 4, like that, what I just told you about, I've had that happen at least 36 times throughout my years of playing the game.
Christ.
Like, the amount of connection issues, the amount of dropping people out of convoys. It's just... The key is to not have friends and just enjoy driving around Scotland. I've had people tell me that. I've had plenty of people in my comments say, I just enjoy Horizon 4 because I like having a bunch of cars and driving them around.
But anyway, to Horizon 5, there's no good fucking points of interest. The big city is awful. The physics are worse. The engine sounds was a main part of the game, but the barely
Actually,
better.
No, I have a con for you. For my driving style, 5 is better. For my driving
Well,
style.
right. The physics are technically better, but the fact that in 4 you could take a Koenigsegg CCX and leave it on like stock tires and be able to like drive it, and compared to FH5, if you leave a Koenigsegg CC8S on stock tires and try to drive it, it'll either go in a straight line or you'll do 360s the second you're trying to start.
What do you mean? Because that to me that was the same on both.
Oh no, in 4, it's like I always found it that you could drive on any set of tires. Like, yeah, it will be worse on lower tires, but you can at least be competitive. Whereas 5, if you're not using a power build, then it's just.
Well, yeah, I have an easier time with power builds on 5 than 4. Like, I don't know what it is. With the exception of course, the braking, my driving style works a lot better with 5 than 4. But the braking is just not even close on 5.
But yeah, I think the main thing is that on 5, all-wheel drive cars seem to understeer a lot more, and it makes no sense because it's on the sheet it says it makes loads of like latches.
Wait, you said they understeer more in 5?
Arguably, yes.
I
Well, no,
say-
it's not. Well, there's some cars that do and some cars that don't. Like the GTR turns better because it comes stock on all-wheel drive, but it's like there are some cars that definitely turn worse now.
Yeah, because to me, like I went back to FH4. What I noticed about FH4 compared to 5, 4 feels a lot floatier than 5 does, especially on like light or rally off-road built cars. And to me,
yeah.
it understeers more, or at least it might not understeer more, but the track design, like how the tracks are made in 4, makes the cars feel more understeer than the tracks in 5 do.
Yeah, I suppose a lot of my friends said as well that they feel like the roads on 5, you can't tell what speed you need to go. I think that's just a skill issue from their part. But it's like they say, oh yeah, I feel like I need to slow down this much, and then either you don't need to slow down that much at all, or you need to slow down way more, and it's because of the quote-unquote camber of the corner.
The funniest thing is, I have that exact same, like, skill issue kind of thing, but on 4.
Yeah.
Where I think I have to brake later than I actually should. Thank you, Eureka Dude, for the follow. But it's just, yeah. But I'd say, like, bottom of C, top of D for me.
I'd say top of D.
Top of D? Yeah, first D tier of the video, or of the stream. I guess both, yeah. Forza Horizon 5. Yeah. Let's see.
If they did what they did with the Fast and Furious DLC and instead put all the DLCs as their own thing, the Rally DLC for FH5 is way higher than the main game. I think that's what the main game the main game map should have been like.
Yeah.
Just with a big city as well, and obviously bigger.
Yeah. Hold up, I just noticed something on the list. Let me check. Okay, I just noticed something funny. What do you notice that is misplaced in this list?
At first glance, I have no clue.
Okay.
Wait, Need for Speed No Limits?
Do you see what my mouse is on? They put the first grid all the way down here because it starts with Race Driver instead of with the rest of the grids. I'm gonna put it up there because I want to do that one. I want to do that one
God,
with
I
the
love
other
having
grids.
consistent internet.
But the next one, the next will be the Motorsports. I've technically played Forza Motorsport, but like, please tell me the Rally DLC actually have Rally. Please tell me. What do you mean, like the Horizon 5 Rally DLC?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it has Rally. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Forza Motorsport, I'd say if I ranked it off of what I got in the game, it's like a low B, low to maybe mid B, because to me it just feels like fitting in the holes that GT4 has, which is
It's
a
basically just customization.
well, like customization, online mode, exotic brands, and like variable time of day and weather. That's basically it. Like those are the positives it has over GT4. And the handling is decent. It's not as good as GT4 to me, but it is decent. But like this was improved so much in later entries. Like Forza Motorsport 2 is like an easy A for me. Where in A, I'd say because I don't have as much experience with it, I'd probably put it about there. So like a good middle of A tier for me, which I think is fair for Motorsport 2. And Motorsport 3. This is something that's very personal to me that not many other people will probably agree with. That every Motorsport after 2, I don't like how they feel. Every single one after Motorsport 2, I don't like how the handling feels. It just doesn't sit right with me. So like it just brings it down a little bit to me, like all of them in general. If it wasn't for the handling, this would be like a solid mid to high S tier, but I don't know if I'd even put it in S tier.
I never played the game myself, so I don't know. Wait, is that 4?
No, this is 3.
Ah.
Yeah, 3 and 4 are gonna be ranked very similarly though.
Same with GT3 and 4.
Yeah. I put Motorsport 4 an amazing TV commercial and has Clarkson in the game, and even a tow game. What's not to like? True. I guess I'll put 3 in like bottom of A, and I'll put 4 in. I don't.
Motorsport 4 as what's not to like. It's not called Gran Turismo. Ah well.
I don't know if I want to put this like top of A or bottom of S. You know,
if you don't put it bottom of S, people start crying.
that makes me want to put it more in A.
Cruel. Well, how much better than FH3 would you say it is?
Basically just the list Eureka Dude gave, that's basically it. And like... maybe the multiplayer was a little bit better in 4, I think. You know what? Just to pair it with Horizon, I'll put it in bottom of S. Just for that, just to like keep it even, I guess. Oh, also crash damage. That is true. Motorsport 5.
Wait, where's 4?
Oh, 4 is bottom of S.
Oh. Oh yeah,
Um,
you just did that one. I'm dumb.
bruh. But do I have to explain this? It's
It's fair.
No.
It's fair.
I could see D tier as well. I'll put it
It's
in D
probably where
tier.
GT6 is going as well.
Yeah. It's a game of all time. It just exists.
It is the game of all time, guys. Like, come on. Look at it. It's the game.
Yeah, like this right now, this is literally the tier for the games of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like Motorsport 6, I personally, of the Xbox One Gen Motorsports, this is the one I've had the most fun with. Mainly from like the online mode. So I'd put it
I hated
in
its UI.
fair. It did not. 6 and 7 did not have great UI to me.
Also, the fact that whenever you're going through a menu, every time you move your thing, it made a really like high pitch like beep sound, and it was so annoying.
I never noticed that. I have to go back and pay attention to that again.
Actually, no, was it that or Gran Turismo 5?
Yeah.
It was.
No, I think it was 5 because that's the one that made the.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 and 6 did that because. Did you watch my recent GT video?
Yeah. I was in the comments saying I was literally in the live.
Oh yeah, you were.
Saying, oh yeah, can't wait for GT5.
Yeah, like the GT5. If you watch the transitions, for every transition I used, I would use the game's sound effects to transition in, and I remember specifically 5 and 6 having that really high pitched sound. 6 and 7 were pretty good, although maybe a little too similar. Although I would take a bit biased because I spent a lot of hours on 7 on split screen. Okay. Split Spy's launch title status made it a very there and then game. Yeah, it's 5. It's weird because GT6 and Motorsport 7 are like opposite ends of the same mediocre coin. Because GT6 was absolutely pushing the PS3 to its limits, and on a technical level is very impressive for that
But
hardware.
they also got rid of so much good stuff. I believe they got rid of the auction house.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not the auction house, the used car dealer.
Yeah, the used car dealership wasn't in GT6.
It's like, yeah, at the center thing and the moon thing. It's like,
Yeah.
and
I put Motorsport 6 like bottom of B tier. Like it's decent enough. I could definitely see that. Motorsport 7. I could reasonably see it being in anywhere in these 3. Like, yes, it's very similar to 6.
it's better than 6.
It's better than
It's
6?
just, it's 6 with more features. That's all it is. It shouldn't have been a game. It should have been a DLC, but it's just 6 with more features.
Looks like you have the tier list going. Yeah. We're... I don't even know if I'd say halfway through. Like, I guess like a third of the way through. At least with the ones I've played. I think it's on par with 6. If 6... From my experience, if 6 is bottom of B tier, 7 is like top of C tier. That's where I'd
Yeah,
put it.
From my experience, it's literally just 6 but more.
Yeah. To me, it's just a less satisfying 6. How is Dirt Showdown on C tier? Because it's barely a dirt game, but as its own thing, it's just kind of okay. It's not... I wouldn't even call it a dirt game, really. It's just...
I think the best way for me to describe the difference between Forza 6 and Forza 7 is the difference between Forza Horizon 4 and Forza Horizon 4 with Fortune Island.
Yeah, sort of. And better than 4? Yeah, 4 is my lowest rated dirt game. Because it's the most boring dirt game. It like, Showdown...
User generated races? Ugh, that's stinky, bro.
Yeah, they were kind of bad. Like, Dirt Showdown... Like, Showdown and Dirt 2 are the 2 dirt games that... If you could call them anything, you could not call those 2 boring. Dirt Showdown and Dirt 2 are not boring in terms of presentation and, like, vibe the game just throws in your face. Gameplay, you could argue, but, like, it just does not quit with Showdown. Dirt 4, it just feels like I'm kind of lying on the ground, just existing in the game. So what have we got next? Fuel? Fuel?
You haven't done F1 Race Stars, bro. Can't believe it.
No, I haven't played it. Because I'm only rating the games I've played.
What?
Yeah.
And you haven't played any of the normal F1 games either?
No, I played 2019 through 22, but they don't have 22 and 3 on this list for whatever reason.
2020 deserves to be up there.
Yeah,
I'd argue 2020 is the best one.
Yeah, that's probably what I'd say. Like, my probably my personal favorite would be 19, but I'd say 2020 is just 19 plus. Because it's a yearly sports title, unless you just get like an incremental increase in something.
Imagine if someone freaking made a tier list for FIFAs. It'd just be, oh yeah, the game of all time.
Yeah, pretty much.
They'd all be C tier.
Yeah. F121? F121 is... It's like the first decline in terms of like game design that I noticed between the two. That, and I just really don't vibe with how the cars handle in 21, 2, and 3. That's my main gripe.
2 as well, because of the new cars, you could easily beat yourself on a curb.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time because of how I drive. I drive super aggressive in 19 and 20. In 21, I could still sort of do that, but I could feel how much the rear end was more tail happy.
Yeah, 21 just, it didn't feel like different, it just felt a little bit off.
Yeah. It just was missing that little something. It's not even like a bad game. It was just missing that little something.
Yeah, that one thing that you just couldn't put your finger on.
Wait, actually no. Which one introduced my team, or was that 20?
20.
Okay, then yeah, 20 is still higher. Because if 21 introduced my team and that wasn't 20, then I'd probably put them about even. But if 20 introduced it, then yeah, I'd put it above it. Alright, Fuel. I had this game, I was really bad at this game, and I've heard, like, negative stuff since then. I'd put it, like, bottom of C. I don't know if...
Wait, there's Garfield card?
Oh yeah, there's Garfield Kart.
Oh, hell yeah!
There's 2 Garfield... What?! I didn't even know they made 2 Garfield Karts. Some of these games I know are a bit more obscure, like Fuel and Full Auto. Full Auto is like a high C tier.
GTA races.
I mean, basically, it's just like, it's somewhere between like Burnout and GTA races, I'd say, but it's not as like original or like all over the place as those.
Yeah.
Hey, Mercs. Mercs, how do you feel about me putting Dirt 3 under Dirt 2?
Please, like, crash into the side of a building.
I met Mercs on Dirt 3 online, so
Yeah.
Full Auto would really benefit from backwards compatibility on modern Xbox consoles. True. I could see that as well. I prefer Dirt 2. Ah, yeah. Dirt 2 is just based like
Traitor.
that.
I mean, what?
What do you mean traitor? They were both developed in the UK. To me, like, you punched me in the face. Oh, damn. What have we got next? Okay, here we go. Gran Turismo. Let me do Gran Turismo 1 first.
Where's 1?
Yeah, for whatever reason, they have it toward the first game in, like, a numbered series is at the end of the list. So...
I have a lukewarm take.
What?
Sport is better than 7.
Yeah. Gran Turismo 1, the OG, the original. Bottom of C.
I'd say, yeah, average tier.
Yeah. Because it's super innovative, it was super groundbreaking, it really introduced a lot of new stuff. It feels a bit dated in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's like, if it wasn't for that, half these games wouldn't exist.
Bottom of C?
But
No,
at the
bottom
same
of D.
time-
No, bottom of B, I mean.
Yeah, it's like, if it wasn't for this game, half these games wouldn't exist.
No.
But other games have done better since then.
Yeah, and like the biggest example of that is Gran Turismo 2.
It's literally the Nocta and Toten of racing games.
Yeah. Wait, what did you say? It's the what of racing games? Oh, he's not there, I guess. But at the time would have been S. True. Gran Turismo 1 would have been S by the time. But, like, to show how dated 1 feels, you play Gran Turismo 2. And then you're just like...
I love having inconsistent internet.
Oh, you just like, went out for a second there when I was trying to figure out what you said earlier.
Yeah, do you know the first zombies map in COD?
No.
Well, it's the map that started zombies. So
Yeah. GT2 turned everything up to 11. True. That's why I'm trying to figure out whether I want to put it in S or A. GT1 OST is miles better than GTU if you live in Europe. Well, yeah, but that's because they gave GT2 in Europe the worst soundtrack known to man. And that's only because of one song, which is In Heaven. Someone actually told me they kind of enjoy In Heaven, and I was like, you belong in a mental asylum. But as a whole, I'd say GT2 only won the whole True, but In Heaven by itself drags the whole soundtrack down. Like, if you could put that in, like, if you drop that into, like, Midnight Club 3 or Most Wanted soundtrack, it would immediately make the whole soundtrack dog water just by
Don't get me
itself.
started on Midnight Club.
I should play GT2 the
there's-
European version.
There's
Yeah.
one friend I have that I do CVCs with on Forza, and he will not hesitate to like just deny anyone that says that Midnight Club LA is not the best game in the world. It's like, it's not. It's a good game, but it's not the best.
I'm gonna get to that later when we get to Midnight Club. Why couldn't we get the Japanese OST? I know! The Japanese OST for 1 and 2 is just the best OST, no question. Especially for, like, the menus and all that. Like,
I've always preferred 5's OST.
yeah.
It's
Alright.
not as energetic, I just love Japanese jazz.
I do too, like, I love jazz fusion, all that stuff just appeals to me so much. And here's what we get now, GT3, where it's, like, really, like, fast-paced jazz fusion kind of stuff.
I put it above FH4.
GT,
FM4, I mean.
GT1 Western OST is not bad either, I love it. It's very weird to look back at these kind of games. Yeah. I'd say GT3 is, like, a good,
I'd say it's worse than Dirt 3, but it's better than like the rest of them. I don't know about F1 2020 though.
Actually, I'm gonna move F1 2020 back here. I put these the Forzas above 22.
Yeah.
Dirt 3 dropped a lot of the content that 2 had. I mean, a lot of the content, especially on the carless front, but it was very ahead of its time in terms of, like, how the game felt and looked. GT3 PAL has one of the best intros ever. I'll have to listen to that at some point. Oh, a bit of water in me. When we reach F122 added to F tier, it's not on the list. Like, this list is actually like a year or two old, so it's not on there. But if I was going to, it'd probably be in, like, C or D. Probably. That's just where I...
If F1 22 was F tier, then where would FH5 go?
Yeah. And these still may even move a bit as well. I don't know. I'll have to see at the end. Gran Turismo 4.
Goat. The GOAT. Big rigs tier. No.
Yeah. I'd say if I was going to put it here, I'd probably, you know what, I'd actually do this. That's why
I've had people argue that GT3 is better than GT4, even though GT4 is just like got more. It's just
Yeah.
GT3 but more.
like in my video, like, I asked all the creators that I interviewed what is the best Gran Turismo. 3 of them said 4. Raffle Waffle said 3. And he did have a fair reason for that, because of, like, how the game is structured. GT4 has some of the hardest missions. I still need to finish mission 34. I'm within 7 seconds, but I only did a couple runs, so I can definitely get there on pace. But yeah, I need to finish that up at some point. GT4 missions are just stupid, though. Some of them.
Coffee break.
I smash coffee breaks. They can be bad if you're like golding them, but I generally don't have too much of an issue with them.
The controller on International A15.
Really?
Look at it. It's in the comments.
I know. The longer I play GT4, the easier IA15 becomes. Like I usually beat IA15 first or second try by like 10 seconds.
Yeah, you duke out the fucking.
Yeah,
What's it called? Pace car.
the hardest part is just not hitting the pace car. And if you can do that and just hold a decent line, you're good.
Yeah, you lean left, you lean right, and then you pass it back on the left because
G-
you got fooled.
Jordan, you say GT4 license tests are a cakewalk compared to GT2?
I swear there was
National
Jimmy
license
Broadbent.
National license A15. Go to that, and then tell me that. Which you could counter with National license A4 from GT2, which is fair, but I beat A4 after 4 hours. I still haven't beat A15 in GT4. Or
Which was
gold
the
it.
one that Jimmy Broadbent tried to get gold on. It was like some rally one in a Subaru, and it took him hours to get gold on it.
I think I know the one you're talking about. I didn't even find that one that difficult, because it's basically just power slide around all the corners, and then you're good. That's how most of the rally ones are.
I watched that entire stream. He was just doing like 2 events for a 4-hour stream.
Yeah, I mean, that's how golding licenses are. One license not even Polyphony can gold it? Well, yeah, but that's because it can be cheesed easily. Like, it's one of the hardest licenses, but it's one of the easiest to cheese. You just run it around the outside.
You know about the Seattle one?
I think he's talking about the one where it's the Alfa Romeo, where, like, the Polyphony time doesn't actually even get a gold, but you can just like hit the car on the outside corner, and if you can get it right to where it doesn't flag you, then you can just beat it by like half a second.
Yeah.
The ones where you need to follow someone are the worst. True. GT4, and I talked about this in the video, has a lot of time waster license tests. Like, they're not even that difficult, they just take forever.
Is GT PSP on here? Because if it is,
Let me see.
oh my god.
No.
Triple, quadruple S tier. Oh.
No, but I'd probably put it... I actually haven't played it either, but I probably would have put it in, like, B or A. Yeah, there's also one with the PTSD Camaro. Yeah, that's in 2 and 3. That one I had a little bit of trouble with, but I think I got that in, like, less than an hour on GT2. And I was also playing on the US version, which I think either US or Japan has the hardest license test times. Because I know PAL has the easiest. At least on GT2. Gran Turismo 5.
You know I'm here, right? No kidding.
Straight to trash just because British is here.
God dang!
I'd probably put it like mid A tier.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mid A tier. GT5 wasn't that bad? No. Depending on the rally physics, the rally licenses are gold first try or straight up impossible. On GT2, yeah, I think I know the ones you're talking about. GT2, the only rally licenses I ever had trouble with was the ones on Pikes Peak. All the other rally licenses are stupid easy. Yeah, the Pikes Peak ones are hard, everything else is piss easy. Yeah, GT2 is just different like that.
I think the only reason I rate GT5 so highly is because I'm one of the few people in the world that had the patience to do the Le Mans 24 hours in A spec.
That would make me rate the game lower. I would not have I wouldn't have bothered with that. I would have rated the game lower if I had done that. Like GT5, it was fun. Like, I did enjoy playing it while I was going back through to play all the games for the video, but it was just it lost a bit of that charm to me that 3 and 4 had.
The main downside as well, the main menu layout is a fucking labyrinth.
I'm gonna be honest with you. GT5 has my favorite kind of menu because a lot of 2000s PC games and even just 2000s PC stuff in general had what I call very heavy form over function, which is like it looks really interesting and really cool and like a mess at the same time.
That's what GT5 is.
Yeah. Because, like, I think back to, like, when, like, the times, like, Windows Vista, or original Windows, or, like, Windows Vista and Windows 7, that kind of time. Because that's the vibe that the GT5's menus give me. And it just, like, it brings me back, even though I didn't play GT5 growing up, because I'd, like, remember that kind of, like, feeling. But it just, it's not functional whatsoever. It's just, GT5 and GT6 are more like modern versions of 1 and 2, but they couldn't have the same impact as the originals? No?
No, because GT6 isn't better than GT5. It's way worse.
I wouldn't say way worse, but I would say, like...
It took
I'm-
so... it's not even the fact that it took out some features, it's like that it felt empty.
Yeah. That and my opinion is going to be kind of tainted because I didn't play it on original hardware, and emulating this thing is it's awful. Like, GT6 hates being emulated. It just refuses to work even on, like, basic settings like 720p. So...
It's the fact that you could do the license tests blindfolded and get gold.
Except for S5.
Oh yeah, except for S5, that one's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And also the Ayrton Senna tests, but like the moon things, you could do blindfolded.
Yeah, sadly too little too late. Yeah, I'd kind of argue that too. I put it top of C. Yeah, I'd say top of C.
That's fair.
Because on its own...
I like how you're rating the worst Gran Turismo better than the Forza 7.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, if I were to do these in, like, proper, like, how I like them, I'd say... this... that...
Home, baby.
Yo. That... Actually, no, Dirt 4 I'll put as the worst Dirt or CMR game. Yeah, I'd say if I were to put C tier is now like how I would rate them individually within the tier. Oh. Alright. What do we have next? Oh, GT7. I'm gonna do Sport first. I'm gonna do them in order.
Sport, best one since Gran Turismo 4 is better than Gran Turismo 5.
You're saying it's better than 5.
Yes, and I'm a 5 fucking meat rider, and I'm saying it's better than 5.
Okay, because this is similar like what you were saying about Horizon 4, but even stronger. Because launch, I'd put it like...
Oh, launch was awful.
Like, somewhere in here, like, DC tier kind of range, if
DC
that.
is high for launch on that game.
Yeah, I could see someone saying E tier.
It made such a good redemption.
Actually, no. I'm gonna make a qualification. I'm gonna put it like high A tier. However, and this is a big however, at launch, E tier. In a year's time, C tier.
Yeah.
Because they're shutting down the servers. So in a year's time, it'll be C tier.
Like, yeah. The thing is though, that game made like arguably one of the biggest redemptions in gaming history from how bad it was at launch to how good it is now.
Horizon 4 nowadays is very optimized. You mean in like it works on PC? Because if you mean it works in general, then no. Because yeah.
Horizon 4 was optimized, then they released it on Steam and it ruined the game.
Yeah. Because I literally did a stream of Horizon 4 just like 4 months ago, and I know they didn't do an update since then. Yeah, optimized on PC, I could see that. Like, it does run decently well on PC. It's not like how Horizon 5 is with memory leak issues, at least to my knowledge. Sport and 7 will basically be unplayable once the servers shut down. Yeah. So, like, if you're watching the highlights of this stream, and, like, it's sometime in 2024 or beyond, it's now a C-tier game.
Pre-2024.
Yeah. This is now a C-tier game.
No, it'd be lower than C tier because I believe it's the same as GT7 where you can only use like preset cars.
No, I think you can still do, like, the campaign and stuff, can't you?
I can't remember, to be fair. I've not played sport in ages. And
Yeah.
I've played offline.
Memory leak issues? Now Horizon 5, nothing says GTA 5? Yeah, Horizon 5 has memory leak issues, and they are not good. That's more like the problem with
It's
modern...
also very poorly optimized for PC because it wants
Yeah.
you to buy an Xbox.
Right.
Fuck Discord.
Oh, you just got, like, kicked from the chat. Why is it not...
No, it's not even that. I couldn't hear anybody.
Oh. We could hear you, though, even when you joined originally.
Discord settings. Fuck.
That's the problem with modern games in general. A lot of them focus on multiplayer, not single player. True. True.
But, like, yeah, a lot of them focus on multiplayer, but GT Sport did it so well. It's
Yeah,
just-
sport mode
just
is a good...
surprised.
Like, if I'm gonna... Like, I could not complain about sport mode in Sport and 7. Like,
sport mode is worse in 7 because they
I've
added
heard people
body damage.
oh...
So the fact that you can get someone can punt you into a wall, you get damage, and you get a penalty for hitting a wall is ridiculous.
Yeah. Where am I
That's
gonna...
why it's
Where am I gonna put 7?
definitely below sport. I don't know.
Oh yeah, below sport. I'd
I'd say just
say...
above Horizon 4. I'd say
Is the
one
tier-
place
is the
above
tier
Horizon
list still-
4.
It's...
It's like, yeah, now they've fixed the monetary issue, but also they took out my SRT glitch. No.
I'd say bottom of C, because I'd say Horizon 5 and 7 are similarly, like, tone deaf and flawed. However, 7 is more polished than 5.
Oh yes.
7 is just a more functioning game than Horizon 5 is.
I
They
gotta
should have
say,
just made sport for fucking.
Mr.
PS5.
Fast,
Yes.
why are you retarded? I mean, why didn't you put Burnout 3 in the tier in your poll? Oh, clearly the best racing game of all time.
Actually, I was going to. The only reason I didn't was because it sold less than TDU2, and it was between those two, so I picked TDU2 thinking it was going to be voted for more. And then actually, in the comments, Burnout, a comment asking for Burnout got more likes than the total votes for TDU2. So, I think I should have went
Why
with
did you
Burnout
put-
anyway.
Why did you put Horizon 3 instead of TDO2?
Because look at how many votes it got. People did say Horizon 3 was up there a fair bit.
11% of children.
Maybe,
No, do
but...
you know what my favorite racing game is War Thunder with the
Yeah.
BMW M3 GTR mod.
F1 games having good single players because it's what people are appealed to, because multiplayer is garbo. I don't know why multiplayer in the F1 games has always been so trash.
Nah, F1 2020's multiplayer is really good.
No, I don't mean the multiplayer itself. I mean driving the multiplayer and, like, dealing with the other drivers on track.
Well, yeah, but it's like you set up if you're doing it randoms, then yeah. But if you set up a party, then
Yeah, all the
It's
games
fun,
on
it's
Comment Poll were great, but in different aspects. Yeah. Like, all of the ones I put in the poll are the best at something.
also, if we redo this next year, FM8 is probably still gonna go below Gran Turismo Sport.
I don't know if I'd do, like, a redo. I might, like, because I'll probably do a review on FM8, and I might, like, put it somewhere on this list at some point.
If
The title for FM8, Gran
Yeah.
Turismo Sport, but worse, and fucking 5 years later.
I already have...
I'm gonna say this: if Motorsport 8 has an actual even single player that's like decently okay, hell, even if it's shit, it's gonna be better than Sports automatically
Launch Sport.
because
Launch Sport, yeah, because
nah,
Sport ended up.
currently sucks ass.
No, because the Gran Turismo Sport has a good campaign.
Are you confusing Sport with 7?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
if-
played it recently. Campaign in parentheses.
No, because sport has a campaign. It has the same campaign as 1 through 4. Well, actually no, it's the exact same as 5, even.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Probably with actually a bit more stuff though than 5.
Yeah, but it's like the same layout. It's got
Yeah.
your starter races, then you more. It goes up and up until you get endurance.
F1 lobbies make Burnout Paradise look like Gentlemen by comparison. True.
True.
Granted,
You should go into DD lobbies in Gran Turismo Sport. Oh my god, it's just
Hmm. Yeah, I would wonder how bad that is. What did I just? Oh yeah, 7.
Wait, did you never play Drive Club?
No, I didn't have a PS4 whenever it was out.
Damn shame.
Yeah. What do we have next? Grid.
iRacing.
which grid?
The Grid. The good one.
S tier immediately.
I'm debating between S and A.
There's no
It's
no
either
comparison.
it's
S.
either top A above Sport or bottom S below 2.
Wait, can I see the tier list that you're currently on? Because you're not even
Just go to
streaming
his
or anything.
stream.
Oh, I'm streaming on Twitch.
Which, Discord does not even show that you have stream on.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Oh, I might have it linked. That might be why. I'd put it here.
Yes.
Here. That's where I'd put it.
Yeah,
It's as good as Horizon.
Because I had a more enjoyable time with this than Motorsport or 22 or GT2, but about the same as Horizon, but for very different reasons.
Yeah.
Um,
Granted, I prefer Grid over 3. Dirt 3.
yeah. I think it's that-
Forza Street. It's Forza
Wait, is that on the list?
mobile game.
Oh, good, it's not on the list.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it-
the Forza mobile game where it plays the game for you.
That'd be the
It's
first-
Asphalt, but worse.
Yeah, that'd be the first trash rating on here. Like, I might move some stuff
Like,
around,
how
but
do you
that...
make a game worse than Asphalt when
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
such a big company? Oh, yeah. How
Yeah.
come you haven't rated the Asphalt games?
The only one I think I've played is 7, and it's been so long that I don't even remember how it was.
No, yeah,
Oh, I
that's
can
fair.
tell you, I played it.
Nah, but it's his opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not rating games that I haven't played, because, like, I can't really form an opinion properly. Like, some I didn't even... some I sort of played, but not for long enough, like Daytona USA. I didn't really play it.
I played it in an arcade once.
Yeah, like, I literally played it in... Like, it's the same thing with, Cruisin' USA. Actually, Cruisin' USA, that was mainly on our... No, I didn't rate that. Let me go ahead and put Cruisin' USA in. I put it...
Oh, by the way, your stream title is wrong.
Oh, let me fix that.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can adjust the stream title real quick.
I just noticed Big Rigs on.
Yeah, we gave Big Rigs its own tier. Big Rigs is just based like that. Let me...
Big Rigs is just special.
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
Big
while
Rigs
you're,
is
while you're
for
changing,
professional gamers.
well, listen, while you're changing the name, I'm gonna let myself cook.
Yeah. Played...
I was gonna keep refreshing it until it's done it.
Let me actually take it out of Gran Turismo 4 category. I guess it'd just be like... Can I just put it as like racing games? No. Actually, is there one for tier list? No. I guess just put it as like just chatting. There we go. That'd just be easier.
Yeah. All of
Um,
a sudden you get like 700 views because just chatting is
Just put. Listen, you
ridiculous.
could alternatively put it to Big Rig now. Put it against streaming.
yeah.
There should be a category Big Rigs.
I did make a Big Rigs category. I mean, there probably is on Twitch. Yeah, I played Daytona USA 2 Power Edition on the arcade, such a blast. It's hard to rate older arcade games now because of how much they involved. True. In terms of how much fun I had, Cruising USA was actually pretty solid, to be honest.
Big Rigs has its own category.
Yeah. Big Rig's just built different like that, you know how it is?
It's a special game.
Yes.
Speedrun it, and I'm like, wow.
Grid Legends? Like...
Mid.
Mid AF.
Yeah, mid. Just put
Mm.
mid tier, C tier.
Like-
I've
Definitely
seen
worse
like
than
the
Forza.
first cutscene and I
It's just
uninstalled the
an
game then.
average game.
I
C tier,
So just put in the
especially-
average tier.
I put it there because I actually found these games more enjoyable than Grid Legends, but these less.
Yeah.
EA NASCAR stole front cover of FIFA 12. Well, yeah, it's all EA Sports, so I imagine they are pretty similar. I think I played this version of Grid as well. This is just like an even
Yeah,
less
that's like the
enjoyable.
2018 one.
I
It's
think.
the-
19.
19, yeah.
It's D tier.
D tier?
I'd put top D.
D.
Yeah, top D above like Horizon 5 and Motorsport 5. Let's see what we've got next that I've played.
Wait, did you not play Grid
Garfield card,
Autosport?
obviously.
No, I haven't played any of these ones.
I'll
I'd-
have to admit the only Grid I've actually
Right,
played is
where-
the second
Where's
one.
the Hot Wheels game for the DS?
Our Grid arcade cabinet. I don't know where, but I saw a picture of a Need for Speed Heat arcade cabinet, and that was weird. That was just like,
Wait, what?
yeah, it was
I
a
played
Need
it-
for
I
Speed.
played it-
What?
I was gonna say I played in a cabinet of Need for Speed Carbon.
I could sort of see that, but it was like
that sounds realistic.
it was like an actual arcade cabinet of Heat. I didn't see it on, but I just saw it. It was just like had all of Heat's marketing stuff on it, and it was just a big arcade cabinet with like a racing seat.
If any Need for Speed was gonna be an arcade cabinet, I'd thought it'd be like NFS 2015.
Nah, nobody would play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Hot Shot was just like a decent like arcade racer, like an indie arcade racer. I put it in the same kind of category, although I think Art of Rally is probably the best of that sort.
Yeah, because isn't it just the road version?
Well, no, they're different developers because the road version of Art of Rally is Absolute Drift. I remember correctly.
Listen, I just have to say something. A
What?
bit of a correction to your tier list. Add a tier above and just name it Flat Out 3.
Oh, I forgot about Flat Out 3. I don't know how I forgot about the masterpiece. Also, I still haven't. I activated and downloaded it, but I still haven't played the key you gave me for 2. Yeah.
Play that. Believe me, it's gonna be in the ranks of Burnout 3.
Yeah, I know it'd be up there, but I just haven't played it yet. 15 looked great. Atmosphere, I guess. Good customization. Yeah. The physics and story let it down. Yeah.
Is that Xbox Connect Joyride? Oh no.
Wait, is it
Oh,
on here?
no.
Wait, don't tell me it's actually on
It's
here.
seduced.
Yo! Actually, funny enough, that's the next game I've played on the list. Let me go ahead and rank it. If it would let me.
Wait, have you not
Wait,
played
you've not played,
Import Tuner
you've not played Horizon
Challenge?
Chase Turbo?
No, I
It's
actually
not there
haven't.
anymore.
Oh no, it's in the bottom. Okay. Connect Joyride.
Big Rigs tier? No.
I mean I could.
Literally.
Like in terms of how enjoyable it was, I'd probably put it like
Imagine above GT's.
no, yeah. I'd put it about where Dirt Showdown is.
Wait, yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. I had Connect Joyride and I actually played it with the Connect. And the thing is, it was a first-party Connect game, and first-party Connect games, with a couple exceptions, actually worked. Like if you played Connect Adventures, or what was the other one? There was another first-party one that also worked really well, but Joyride was also one of them. Like if you play Kinect Star Wars, okay, yeah, you're not gonna have a very good impression of the Kinect, but the Kinect, when given the right games, could work decently well. It's just it usually wasn't.
That one Sonic Connect game.
Uh, Actually, funnily enough, both Motorsport 4 and Horizon 1 had Kinect support, and you could even play Horizon 4 with like a figurative wheel, like by holding your hands forward and driving with the Kinect. You could also, there was also a primitive version of Anna in Horizon 1 where you would literally just shout at your Xbox to bring you to a next race. And that was just, oh, that was something else. It was dumb, but it was something else. What have we got next on here? This is the only Mario Kart I've played. And I'd probably put it probably there. That's probably where I'd put Mario Kart 7. That's the only Mario Kart I've played, so...
Wait, so
cannot
have
agree
you
or
never
disagree.
played the Import Tuner Challenge? Because it's like literally the last Tokyo Extreme game.
No, I really want to, but I haven't got to yet. I am going to very soon, though. I haven't got to that one.
There's out so many good games.
I know, like,
Funny.
Import Tuner, here's the reason why I stopped playing it and uninstalled it. Or just removed the ISO. It's because it only has 17 licensed cars.
dang. Yeah, like, I missed out on a lot of stuff. Like, we're at Midnight Club 2 is going to be the next... Actually, I'm going to put Midnight Club 1 first, because I want to do them in order. Where did Midnight Club 1 go? Oh, there. Yeah, everything before Midnight Club 1 on this list, so all of these I haven't played.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a huge chunk.
Okay, F1 games, there's a bunch of them, but I don't care.
Yeah, but to be fair, if I had played all this games, this list would literally take like 24 hours to do in full.
Are you telling me that you have not played Crash Team Racing at all?
No. I didn't own, the only Crash Bandicoot anything I owned as a kid was, Wrath of Cortex on the original Xbox.
Oh, it was the good version.
Yeah.
The one where it didn't take years to load.
Yeah. Midnight Club Street Racing did not age well.
Oh, I know where you can place it.
Where?
No. It would be the first game in the E tier.
You know what? Fair. E tier. If you liked it because you grew up with it, I could see that. Fair. Did not age well. Just plainly did not age well. Yellow Car in a Midnight Club 1 cover was pretty famous in a popular amateur real-life street racing film series. I think I remember watching a bit of that series for some footage. Like for one of my videos. But Midnight Club Street Racing, it's very primitive, it looks very primitive, it feels very primitive. It has very little in terms of personality. That's all it has, its personality, and all the other Midnight Clubs would do leaps and bounds better personality and character than this game does. So it's
It was
just...
hard, but
What?
it was hard, but annoyingly hard. Not even the
Oh no, we're gonna get to annoyingly hard. This is the Midnight Club series. We're gonna get to that.
Oh, the second
no.
game.
one showed it's. I think one is the hardest one.
I fully disagree with that. Tim, in my
I'm
experience,
actually stuck on Savo on the second Midnight Club.
yeah, in my experience, Midnight Club is either the easiest or the second easiest.
I don't know. For me, it was very annoying, but mostly because of the driving physics being dog shit.
Oh yeah, the driving physics are awful. Hard racing games, huh? F-Zero. Yeah. What did you say?
Because in 2 you can at least kind of counter steer back, unlike in 1.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, 1 just does not feel good to drive. It just, like, feels unsatisfying to really drive in. It's just... And here we go with Midnight Club 2. Now... This is gonna be unsatisfying for a lot of people, but I put it in bottom of B.
I get that.
Not
I
because
would personally, yeah.
not because of like, because the biggest thing that Midnight Club 2 is known for is its ball-crushing difficulty. Midnight Club 2 is one of the hardest racing games I've ever played. Like, full stop. It like, few games compare to that, and most of those are sims that I need a wheel to play. But it's an
Yeah, it's,
entirely
like,
different
worse
kind of...
than Underground.
Oh yeah. Like, the main thing I just don't vibe with as well in is coming from Midnight Club 3 in LA, like, this game doesn't have any of the customization. It doesn't have nearly as, like, dynamic of, like, a progression system as those games did. And, at least to me, the character of the game isn't there as much as 3 in LA will get later on. Like, how the game feels overall. That, and this is just a slight thing I have. This is more personal preference, even more so to me, about Midnight Club 1 and 2. I'm just not as big of a fan of, like, the soundtrack. I'm just not a big drum and bass and trance kind of guy. Like, if I was gonna
The
pick,
soundtrack? Sorry.
like,
The soundtrack is, like, literally the reason why it put second above the third, just for me personally. Maybe
Yeah.
my taste is just deteriorating.
yeah, like, if I, like, when I think of, like, that 2000 sound, I don't think of the trance and drum and bass of these games. I think of Dirty South rap, house music, what else was big? Like, the crunk sound at the time, all that kind of stuff, which was very prevalent in, like, Midnight Club 3. And yeah, that's just my thing. Midnight Club 2, it's just how I feel about it. It's certainly not a bad game, and if you vibe with it, it's really solid, but it's just not my thing, really. And then here we go with Midnight Club 3. Midnight Club 3...
Love those games.
Yeah. Midnight Club
I would say
3...
I would say bottom double S. Think about this. The music. The variety of customization. The variety of good music. The 4 countries you visit per district.
You know what? I'm not putting it in double S because of what I'm about to do. I rate these on practically the same level. Having played through both of them now, they both do have parts where they are better and worse, but I honestly can't really, like, I could put either one of these ahead or behind of the other, but I just really can't between the two of them.
I'd say third has better customization, but
Fair, fair.
LA, something about it was, maybe I think it was the driving, but I like the gameplay of LA more than the third.
Well, that's how it is. Like, each one has their strengths and weaknesses, at least to me. Like,
Yeah.
even in the customization, like, Midnight Club 3 has much more, like, body modifications that you can change for individual parts. 3 has
Yeah,
a way better
I think-
livery editor, and it has the wide bodies, and it has, like, different materials for all the paints, or more materials for the paints.
Yeah.
I personally
Yep.
think LA is better
LA
than 2.
just had GTA. Sorry for cutting off, but GTA 5 just painted. That's it.
I think LA is better than 3 personally, by a bit.
Yeah, I could see either way, but to me, they're almost exactly equal. I think you meant LA for that last part. Yeah, like, LA has, like, the better livery editor and paint options and that kind of stuff. To me, I prefer the soundtrack in LA, but I prefer, like, the map in 3, but I prefer much of the races in LA, but I actually like that 3 is a fair bit harder. Because to me, the perfect difficulty for a Midnight Club game is between 3 and LA.
Real OGs know how LA difficult was at launch.
Yeah, I to be fair, I have 3 in LA, but I have 3 Remix and LA Complete Edition, so I have the best versions of both games.
Yeah.
But that also means I
Can
didn't
I-
experience really hard LA.
Oh yeah, you don't even know.
Yeah, because LA is arguably the easiest one. Arguably.
Yeah, I have to say LA's online was kind of baller.
True. LA Online was built different, like Rate My Ride and online tournaments and lobby systems. And
It
2A.
still works on.
Oh.
It still works on the Xbox One. Well, Rate My Ride doesn't, but
Yeah.
online lobbies and shit.
Yeah, I played on some like just a few years ago. Granted, it's full of cheaters and different stuff now, but still. And
Yeah.
2 is hard in a way that it's exhausting to sit through. For me, yes. I made a comparison recently, and this is actually going in the video. Midnight Club 2 isn't hard in the way other racing games are hard. It's hard in the way a Toho Bullet Hell game is hard. Because it just keeps throwing bullshit at you every chance it gets.
Oh yeah.
And you have to not fuck up.
Yeah. If you screw up, it's over.
What I like about that constant bullshit is that it feels like a set piece. Almost like a stuntman game.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, that is true.
Yeah. See what we've got next. And then there's Ikaruga forcing to multitask. I'm not super familiar with those kind of games, but that just like looking at the gameplay, I could tell that much. I played NASCAR Heat 3 for all of like 30 minutes. Low C. It didn't even hold my interest enough to keep me going. It might be decent, but it didn't hold me long enough to really get me there. NASCAR Thunder 2004. Like, where'd it go?
I once played Heat 4, but then I found out it didn't have control settings for keyboard. Like, you just had to go with default. And then I uninstalled it.
Oh. Only NASCAR game I played is NC 2003. I need to try NC 2003 because I keep hearing about it in like memes and stuff. But Thunder 2004, solid high A tier. Like Thunder 2004, even if you're not a NASCAR fan, I would suggest trying out that game because it just has so much detail and so much going on and feels good. Well, it can feel good, but it does have a learning curve that is like, as much as people might like say otherwise, oval racing is not easy, and you find that out very quickly playing Thunder 2004.
Yeah. Also for Thunder 2004, don't do what I did and just get the PS2 version. No PC.
Oh yeah.
PC sucks ass.
I haven't tried the PC version, I only emulated it on PS2.
Good for you, don't bother with the PC version.
Yeah. Oh, we've got the Need for Speed games. I'm gonna do it in order, but I haven't played all of them, so let me find out where would be in order. Let me put this...
Wait, there are two... Oh, wait.
Actually, I'll just pick them up in order. So the first one I
Next
played
Born Rush. Uh-huh.
would be...
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm not gonna sort them. I'm just gonna pick them up based on which ones I've played, but in order. Underground 1 was the earliest one I've played, and
Wait, really, you haven't played the... Oh, you're in which you played them, right?
yeah, this is the order in which I played them, starting with the earliest one that came out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Hard choices.
Okay.
For you.
Underground 1, even though I know it has a lot of problems, I'd rate it... Do I want to put it top of A or bottom of S?
I think
Wait.
it's not as good as Gran Turismo 2, but it's definitely better than Sport. It's miles ahead of Sport.
I'll put top A. Cause I was
Wait.
scrolling through, cause I was trying to think of how much did I enjoy playing this game, and it just I was pipping off every one of those beforehand. I feel it's overrated.
It's S tier. Wait, you said it has a lot of problems.
Oh
As
yeah,
someone Underground is like my favorite game, so
oh yeah.
I'm interested to hear what those
Rubber
are.
Band.
Oh, the rubber
Traffic.
banding,
Yeah.
the late game progression, the physics. A lot of the times, the track being very limited. The inconsistency in difficulty a lot of the time, like massive
Oh, yeah.
jumps and dips in difficulty. Like the fact that I've seen people run Nuzlocke of Underground 1, and it's nigh on impossible. Granted, so would it be for like Midnight Club 2, but still. Oh yeah,
Yeah, true.
Underground 1 is like the best worst game ever. It's held together with duct tape, but it's amazing at the same time.
Yeah.
Ouch, that
Oh,
is
we finally got
seriously
his
weak,
first
dude.
E-tier game.
Oh yeah, Midnight Club 1. Yeah, first E tier because it aged like warm milk.
I think warm milk is an understatement.
True. But if we're talking about
Aged
games,
like- It aged like stained milk on a car seat.
yeah, but then we have basically the inverse of that, which is a game that was broken from launch, but was still really good.
Yeah, anything in A tier or above is aged like fine wine.
Pretty much, yeah. Like,
Granted, Underground 1's physics is very bad.
did find the drag races to be absolute hell, though. Found the last drag racing championship harder than Event 95, i.e. Kurt's Killer Ride. It's alright, but yeah.
Wait, what's
Mine-
left from the
And then
choices you have? 'Cause
95.
Oh, that's the first Need for Speed we've done so far. And we have everything. Actually, no, I missed one game. No, I missed two games, actually. Two games I've missed on the list. Midtown Madness.
There it is.
It's if Midnight Club was understandably bad. That's pretty much all I got. Because they feel very
Yeah.
similar and they look very similar, but like this
It's
felt
the same-
this feels like a tech demo. This feels like a tech demo with a budget to not be a tech demo. And the other one I missed was
Granted, the two games do share the same developer, so you know.
yeah, was Monster Jam. Now Monster Jam, I'm assuming
No.
most of you haven't played this game.
No, I did.
Yeah, Monster Jam I'd probably rate like top of C, bottom of B.
Yeah.
Let's say bottom. I'd say bottom of B.
It honestly deserves the B tier.
Yeah. Porsche Unleashed goated. True, never played it, so I'm not gonna rank it. I know it's good, but I haven't played it, so I'm not gonna rank it. It's basically flat out with monster trucks. Yeah, kinda.
Well,
Okay. Underground 2. Now, I know this game does get a fair bit of negativity, sometimes even more so than Underground 1. However, yes.
I would agree because if we had done this a few months ago, I would have killed you for this, figuratively speaking. But nowadays I almost agree because I played the PS2 version recently.
Oh, I had it on PS2 and original Xbox.
oh, Underground. Why is the Underground 2 so high?
Because
It's
I-
actually a dog shit game.
it is, like it technically, on a technical level, it does function better than Underground 1, but I don't know what it is. I've always just had a soft spot for Underground 2. Underground 2's bosses are a joke. Very true. Very, very true.
Final boss being one of the scariest, most intimidating guy in the franchise. Drives a fucking Mustang and loses to a fucking Evo.
Yeah. Like, Underground 2, granted this is probably because you had to drive everywhere in a massive map, but Underground 2 is probably the single racing game that I have the most time in. It's either this, Horizon 4, Horizon 1, or another Need for Speed that I'm going to get to in a minute. And no, it's not Most Wanted. But that's...
Well, I know that's Need for Speed game that you're talking about.
Yeah. But like that's just where I'm going to put Underground 2. I'm not going to put it against any of these three. It's definitely the bottom of double S tier, but like it's just where I have to put it to me.
Granted, for me, with URL races, with some of the section of the maps being absolutely horribly made, and honestly the soundtrack being kind of I would honestly put it at the bottom.
Hey yo, where you going, man? What you talking about? You want to rephrase that, man?
Yeah, I love being wrong. It's so wrong, it makes me want to leave.
Are you saying that the map good? Are you saying that the map in Underground 2 is good?
No, I was meaning about the music.
Nah, the music. I mean, nah. Okay, I actually kind of take that back. The music is pretty alright, pretty decent.
Yeah.
I didn't like the OST until I played the PS2 version when, for whatever reason, it just clicked. I guess it
Yeah.
just exaggerated colors. Maybe
have I
that
mentioned
was it.
URL races? Have I just mentioned those?
This is also something that makes it higher. I know URLs are bad. I liked them back in the day. I like doing URLs.
Have you tried doing it now recently?
No, because I haven't got the widescreen patch yet for the PC version, so I haven't played it on PC yet.
I've sent you the.
I still need to like download it and set it up.
Are you slow?
Yes. Why do you think it takes 45 days for me to make a video?
Damn. Sadness.
Yeah. But now we can get to the funny game. The greatest of all time.
The broken mess.
Also
yeah, there it is.
true.
The greatest game of all time. Most Wanted 2012.
True.
When you made the poll, I guess I just didn't read what you've written down and didn't see that I could just write in the comments my best game.
Oh yeah.
So I just chose the one I had the most fun with. Which
Yeah.
was admittedly Most Wanted.
I think Most Wanted, just the police system alone makes it at least S tier.
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
of the game, like if I'm rating it on how much fun I had in the game, actually I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna put it.
I would assume the M3 GTR was illegally stolen.
I'm gonna put it here, but I'm gonna move both Midnight Clubs just ahead of it. That's where I'd probably put Most Wanted. Because Most Wanted is not even in my... Well... Let me check.
You know what? I agree. I agree, actually.
Let me see what other Need for Speeds there are, to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, Most Wanted is my number 3 Need for Speed game. Yeah,
And I know which one is your
Same.
number one.
yeah.
I can't wait to...
Yeah, because Most Wanted, the classic, the very good, it's...
Inarguably the best soundtrack.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would argue for the first game,
With
but
one other game, which I can tell you is your personal favorite, having the second best soundtrack.
In terms of soundtracks, I'd go 1, the game you're thinking of, 2, 3, 4, Carbon. What?
No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Granted, I played entirety of Carbon in one sitting, and I was severely angry at the game.
Most Wanted is great, but it has aged a bit. Just most people don't want to admit it. Some parts have aged, some parts haven't. The cop chases, those are still the best cop chases of any video game. Hands down.
20 years later, no
Hmm.
one could make something as good as this.
Like, I remember one of my favorite creators said it, is like, fuck GTA, fuck Watch Dogs, no game does cop chases better than this. Like, it's just...
Are you talking about the based man that made the title of the game that outsold Halo?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was him. It was either him or the funny animation man.
No, it was him. It was him.
Yeah. But, like, this is just... The cop chases... Without the cop chases, this is a low B. Like,
Yeah, without
No.
cop chases, it's not as enjoyable.
yeah.
These
I
races
think
are
out of
the
from
races are kind of
Underground
dog
to
shit.
Yeah.
from Underground to maybe Pro Street, Most Wanted has the worst driving physics, in my opinion.
I'd argue
Oh.
Carbon is worse than Most Wanted. In terms of physics.
Carbon also has
No,
some
Carbon
of
had
the
one thing,
problems.
one saving grace. Carbon, if you ran over the spike strips in Carbon, right? You could drive your car. In Most Wanted, it was just
That is also true. Carbon is worse.
actually,
Yeah, I am gonna rate it lower than Most Wanted.
yeah, Carbon is actually more dog shit.
I'm not even saying
Actually-
Carbon is not even bad. Carbon's handling is lighter and tighter and lighter. Yeah, no, I put Carbon lower than Most Wanted, not by a lot, not even by that much, but like of the games within A or S tier, I'd say
Let me see. Let me just see where you're gonna put it wrong.
I'd put it I had more fun with Horizon 1 and Grid than like Carbon.
I had fun with most of these games over Carbon.
Yeah. Carbon has one of the best
Carbon?
Need for Speed stories? I guess, but it's like the worst one to follow.
Yeah.
It's the most confusing and like weird puzzle piece put together of all of them.
It's
still
like
remember-
the most rushed.
I
Two.
still
Sort of, yeah. Actually no, we're getting to the most rush. That'll be the
Oh,
next
we're
one.
getting to the most rushed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The thing is with Carbon, they had so many good improvements that they made, and then they completely removed all of the good things that Most Wanted great. Cop chases? Nah, fuck that. No more cop chases. You don't need to do them. It's not a thing. You can literally avoid cops.
Yeah, the story in Carbon is really confusing. No,
Yeah,
the cops
and
are
the
still
worst-
there in
The
Carbon.
worst, the
Alright,
worst
cops
thing,
were there, but they were
the
not
worst
crucial
thing
as in
about
Most Wanted.
Carbon is that the AI for the cops was actually improved in Carbon. At least I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, they have been improved. I can
Canyon
tell you that.
Duels
It's a shame that you could genuinely not even experience that because cops were optional. They were extremely optional.
Yeah, because now you didn't have like the bounty requirements, which had made them basically optional.
Yeah. Yep.
Carbon duels were
And-
fun.
and-
Canyon duels were fun, but canyon races and drift events were less fun, like noticeably
To
so.
me- To me, the drift was the most fun because I found out you could just drop it to second gear while doing 200 k's an hour, and that would actually make
Yeah.
it much easier.
Yeah, Carbon drifting was dumb just because it's the easiest drifting Need for Speed has ever had. Like the AI would not even put up a challenge at all. It's like the exact opposite
To me, it
of
wasn't
Underground 1 and 2.
difficult, it was-
I think there's a game that had easier drifting,
What?
and it's arguably probably the worst Need for Speed game.
Yeah. Carbon drifting was fun. It was, but you never were challenged whatsoever. Like it was really easy.
Yeah.
Did you really find
To
Carbon's
me-
story confusing? I mean, it was told in the worst way possible.
It's not
Yeah.
even confusing. It's more of a lackluster. It's like
It's more like parts of it were chopped out, so that's what made it confusing.
Yeah, it's just like you get all of them in like jumbled order, and you don't know when anything happened, and then you just kind of have to put it all together if you remember it by the end. Which, to be fair, another thing to Doc Carbon is it's really short. Like,
Oh yeah, again, I completed this in one sitting in like 6-7 hours, and I was like, wait, it's done already?
yeah, and some people completed it in like 4 and 5 on the first day when they brought it home.
I
Actually,
remember,
did
I remember my mom buying the game for me, and I felt angry that I wasted so much money on it.
Yeah. I personally didn't,
actually
although I do wonder if
speedran the game and finished it in like 3 hours 30 minutes.
Which is funny. I was what, 12 years old. Well, actually less. When I played it, when I completed it, and I felt ripped off.
Yeah.
Because you were.
The only reason I thought Carbon was longer than it was because I sucked at it whenever I first played it. So it took longer to beat because I was really bad. Because I don't know what happened. When I was about 7 or 8 years old, something clicked and I suddenly became way better at all the racing games I played. But I played through Carbon mostly before that.
You learned how to brake.
Pretty much. I remember distinctly because I was playing one of the games we're going to talk about in a moment, and literally I woke up the next day and I was just like, why is all this really easy all of a sudden?
You figured it out.
Yeah. I personally prefer short and sweet over long but boring. No, we're not comparing Carbon to like 2015, we're comparing Carbon to Most Wanted, which is like, it's longer and not boring.
Yep.
Yeah. I had a blast in races though, the music reacting to the race, your partners. True, the music, I remember someone, I don't know who said it, but someone in the chat did say Carbon race music is underrated, which is true. Carbon race music does go hard.
Yeah,
Carbon-
granted, because the Carbon music is split, so you probably will never experience it if you had played it one time and not multiple times.
Yeah.
I actually had the most fun within races in Carbon. Second place only to like Underground personally.
Yeah. And now we get to the funny. The even more funny.
Now we get to
The
the most
very
based
funny.
game I've ever played,
Where is it? Here we go.
and my personal favorite.
Oh, it's like mismatched. Okay. Very, very cool game. The best game of all time. Very, very good game.
Honestly, depends on what version you're playing. PS2 version, it's extremely based and is unironically A tier. PC version, Jesus Christ Almighty.
Not pro. Well, I'm doing them in order. I'm doing them in order of game.
You know, Undercover released after Pro Street.
I could have swore Pro Street came out after.
No,
Nope.
no.
Pro Street 2007,
Undercover
Undercover 2008.
2008 and Pro Street
Oh.
2007.
Well, then I'm preemptively putting undercover here. Do I have to elaborate?
Nah.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Actually, why is it not trash?
No, because another Need for Speed game deserves trash.
Yeah, we're gonna
And I
Oh,
can
yeah,
say,
okay.
we'll see what ends up actually going in trash later on.
all I can say, compared to the game that's gonna go in trash, in Undercover at least you can handle your car a bit.
Yeah.
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 Now for the Need for Speed.
Yeah. All right. You see this?
I know where you're putting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
This.
For me, you don't need to elaborate. For me, I
Yeah.
understand you fully.
Yeah. For the chat at home, this. When I was 7 years old, I woke up one day after playing part of this game, and literally I was stuck on the second challenge day, the one with the Pontiacs and like the red stuff around Autopolis, and I literally woke up the next day, smashed all of the races, and was like, I am now good at video game. Like the missions, the worst part, the cops are pissy, and the physics, dear god, the physics, you're controlling an RC car, the story is stupid rush, because EA. Yeah, that's how Undercover be. But Pro Street, everything about Pro Street is just.
Chef's
Mm.
kiss. Unironically, chef's kiss.
I don't know why, but to this day, Pro Street handling just doesn't click for me.
I could see that, because there are definitely times the handling is like drifting at Ibisu or Tokyo Dockyard or speed challenges in Nevada are painful.
Ironically, drifting was like with Garden, my most fun I had with that game.
Drifting is a lot of fun in Pro Street, except for at Ibisu and Tokyo Dockyard. No, not Ibisu. Actually, no. There's that one Ibisu layout. That's the whole Ibisu track. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah,
That one's painful, and most of Tokyo Dockyard's tracks are painful to drift.
Tokyo Dockyard is. Let's get to the other game.
I gotta say one thing at Pro Street, Nevada.
Yeah.
Best thing that
Yeah.
Black Box has done. Unironically,
Yeah.
Yes.
so many wrecked cars. So many wrecked cars.
Oh, yeah.
Also, undoubtedly, the game with the best sense of speed.
Pro Street is the beginning of what I'd call the Identity Crisis era. I'd say
Basically,
I'd say Underground 1 could be called the beginning of that, because like Need for Speed has never been consistent in terms of what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Ever since Underground, yeah.
I think Undercover would be the identity crisis of the game.
Yeah.
That's
Because
when everyone began to see the identity crisis, but the actual identity crisis started to show signs since Underground 1.
Yeah. Pro Street is the beginning of, yeah. Tokyo Dockyard and Ibisu are awful to drift. It is the kind of the precursor to the modern festival game. I could see that, like the Horizons and Cruise and that to an extent.
Yeah.
Um.
And the soundtrack. Oh my god, the soundtrack.
Ah. Nut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Alright, what was the next one? The next one would be Hot Pursuit.
Shift.
Oh, no, Shift. I didn't play Shift 1, and Shift 2 came out in 2011, so that would make Hot Pursuit the next one.
Did you play the run?
I did, but it's after Hot Pursuit.
Didn't it release in 2000? No, it released in 2011. Never mind.
No, the Run was 2011, Shift 2 I think was 2012, and Hot Pursuit was 2010.
No, Shift 2 and Run released at the same time. I thought it was Run and Hot Pursuit.
Okay, I'll do
No,
Shift.
Shift 2 at least then.
I'll do Hot Pursuit, then Shift 2, and then the Run.
Yeah.
Hot Pursuit.
Honestly, A.
Yeah. If I, like, in terms of how much fun I had with the game, that's where it would rank. I'd say less than Horizon 2, but more than Motorsport 3. Not Shift 1? No, I never played Shift 1.
Question: did you play multiplayer?
Not on the original release. I did a little bit on the remaster.
It's
But-
the same. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah, but I didn't get to, like, I didn't actually get in with friends and, like, properly dig into the multiplayer.
Ah, shame. Wait, why did you put two Horizon 2 behind 3?
Why do you think?
It's better than Horizon 3.
Yes and
Granted-
no.
Granted, I am talking mostly about single player.
Yeah, single player 2 is a little bit better than 3. Multiplayer is a fair bit better than 2, I'd say, and there's more content in 3.
And there's also wheel spins, which
Yeah, that is kind of
is that towards the franchise.
Yeah. I hated the break to drift physics in 2010. Me too. That's like if there were no break to drift, I'd probably put it in like high A, low S.
Granted, it is a Criterion game.
Also true. Also very true. But also Criterion, the classics up here.
Yeah, it is Criterion. It is basically Burnout. No, actually, that's not Burnout. Hot Pursuit was alright. I know the next Need for Speed game that was basically Burnout with licensed cars.
Yeah, so I said I was doing Shift 2 next. Shift
There we
2,
go. Unleashed. Hey,
High B.
yeah.
It definitely has its problems. I really don't like the drifting in this game, or the camera a lot of the time, but
That is true. That is true. I don't disagree.
yeah. But like the general, like, I like it, it's really cool. Yeah. The general racing a lot of the time, and like how the game, I don't know, this game had a lot of customization when it comes like performance parts and really messing with little things. It was weird like that.
I think it did.
Yeah. So much attention to detail? Yeah.
However, I gotta say, Slightly Mad Studios did make it great with the camera feel. Like, the sense of speed is like almost as good as Pro Street, frankly. And the way camera reacts, personally, the way camera reacts, like when you hit bumps and jumps, is just, I rarely see that in any other game.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that with Shift 2. And then now we have the run.
Oh yeah, and just like
Oh, the
Eureka-
sounds.
Eureka says, the fucking sounds sounded so meaty in Shift 2.
True. Actually, let me do something real quick.
Although I personally think there's one other Need for Speed game that has better sounds that you might come to.
Yeah, the run.
Honestly, it's fun.
I'd put it like there for the run. Like it is
Yeah, deserved.
it is fun. There are interesting aspects to it. But it does kind of like drag once you really start getting near the end, from what I remember.
Yeah, it does, but it's, yeah, that is true.
Yeah, and also this and Hot Pursuit are also in the no customization Need for Speed era, which was just kind of,
Black
I
Box
don't
last
mind
game.
that, to be honest.
yeah.
Granted, I think Black Box worked on multiple games at the time. They were working on Skate 3, I think, and then on Run.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one would be.
Yeah, the funny one.
Oh yeah,
One
the
with
funny.
best car sounds.
Oh wait, this has good car sounds?
Yeah, unironically the best sounding ones.
Oh, okay.
And the soundtrack.
I'd put
And the
it
soundtrack is also wild.
there.
Think of the multiplayer. Think of the multiplayer.
I never had it. I never got to experience it. I'm-
Really?
I missed out on what many people say is the best part of Most Wanted 2012.
The
Because-
multiplayer alone, right, makes it 2 tiers better. I'm just gonna say that.
I could see that,
Well,
but like I had it on 360. I didn't have gold until long after I stopped playing.
yeah, understandable.
And so like I just
But
couldn't. On C tier, you sure? I didn't have the multiplayer, and the multiplayer is the best part of that game that I'd never got to
single player was
experience.
horrible. Single player was pretty horrible.
Yeah, the single player was.
Car tuning also bad.
Yeah. My favorite was, I think, couldn't you like change parts mid-race if you wanted to?
Yeah, you can. You can. Granted,
Yeah.
even the multiplayer had its own issues, like the funny Hennessy Venom car that got added.
Yeah. Like the multiplayer on this is the best part, but I never experienced it, so it's going to be lower than what it probably should be. But that was just what it was.
I'm just gonna quote what my friend told about that game, right? I just gotta find the video quickly, because it is truly what he said is truly the thing. And he says, as bad as this game was for the name of Most Wanted, the multiplayer was an experience that only crack could match.
Hmm.
It was unironically like that.
Yeah. Alright, so where's the next one at? Actually, I'm gonna put a couple of them on there that I didn't see. Actually, I'm gonna put this one on there. Because I did have 510.
Just a game. Yeah,
2012 had a
that is-
horrible
that
mobile
is
port. I
horrible.
played that horrible mobile port. It was
That was
horrible.
horrible. It was decent for it was decent for what year it released.
It ran awfully on my mom's phone.
It ran great on my phone. It ran great on my tablet.
Yeah.
They really. Oh well, yeah. Nowadays you can't even play that, which is sad. But it was good.
Yeah.
Honestly, pretty alright for. The PS Vita port, however, is an incredibly impressive port.
PSP Need for Speed games, yeah. Then we have Rivals. Rivals just sort of exists. I'd put
The
it,
Gran Turismo 7 area, frankly.
yeah, I'd put it above GT7 because sure. But like I got a bunch of people, like, I didn't mention Rivals the last time I talked about Need for Speed. Well, not the last time, but the last time, well, on my biggest video where I mentioned Need for Speed, I didn't even bring up Rivals once, and I got some comments saying, like, oh, where was Rivals? And I'm like, I literally don't have anything to say about it. It just exists.
It's a game.
Like,
It's literally a game.
yeah. It's just kind of there.
Okay?
So,
The less said about the game, the better.
yeah. And here's where it gets interesting.
There you
GT
go.
fans are gonna ride over this. Oh well.
The first game. You know what I mean?
What do you mean the first? What do you mean the first game?
In the trash tier.
You wanna know the funniest thing? This is the single, like, widest range of opinions I've ever seen on a certain game. Because I've seen people say this is straight trash, and I've seen other people say this is actually S tier.
I'm gonna tell you just one thing. You know why I think it's trash?
Why?
I couldn't even complete the first race. It didn't work.
Wow.
On keyboard, it gave me half throttle on my cars.
Oh, yeah, it did do that. I do remember that.
So my Honda Civic was just slowly cruising. My controller, my PS4 controller, not even PS5 because it was not recognized. It didn't work. It simply did not work.
Yeah. In terms of how much enjoyment I got out of the game, compared to the other games that are on this list, that's where it goes. I had more fun with this game than I did with Motorsport 5 or Midtown or Midnight Club 1 or Undercover. Only.
How? Literally how? Undercover is more fun than this piece of shit.
Not in my experience. I actually...
Your experience was actually playable. Mine wasn't even playable.
Yeah, I actually managed to do a race. The Unite mod, I played this on an Xbox One, so I didn't get the Unite mod.
The only, like, two good things about that game is, well, the visual effects. Mainly, not the actual graphics, but effects.
I
They
would
really added a lot.
I would say
And
so,
the soundtrack.
but I know a creator who he gets comments all the time, people saying, oh, but 2015 had a great atmosphere, and he just replies with, has bro never been outside when it's wet? And I'm like, true, because all the atmosphere this has is dark, wet.
Well, granted, Underground 1 and 2 has the same vibe. Although, it's not wet.
Yes and no. But, well, it's not the only thing that game has going for it, though. That's the difference.
True.
Yeah. To be fair, if I was gonna put any Need for Speed in trash tier, it's gonna be this one.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm debating right now between E and trash, because it's going to be the lowest on the list so far, and
The map
I'm...
was alright.
What did you say?
The map was alright.
Yeah.
Certainly the strongest. No, not even the strongest. The second strongest out of last 3 Need for Speed titles.
Yeah, even the game's story was about microtransactions in a way. True. Yeah, Payback is just... This is in my opinion, I think the worst Need for Speed.
Also, granted, it had a visual only damage model, which was better than what currently last Need for Speed game have.
Yeah, just to start having something in trash, I'm gonna go ahead and stick it in trash tier.
I
Yeah.
personally think there's one more Need for Speed game that's in trash tier, but you'll probably have a different opinion.
Yeah, actually,
It
This-
would be slightly better than Payback.
this list came up before Unbound. So Unbound's not on this list. I'm gonna use Own the City as an Unbound placeholder. So if you're watching this in post, Own the City is the Unbound placeholder. But I'm gonna do Heat first. Actually no, Nitro will be the placeholder.
Just use the image. Just crop the image in.
Oh no, I didn't make the list, so I don't know if I can add it in. I might add it in post though. Do something like that. Heat.
A. Personally.
Of the games here and where I put them, it's
honestly Ghost's best Need for Speed experience,
yeah. I could see that. Yeah.
and it's honestly quite enjoyable.
Didn't play Own the City. No, I had the Most Wanted and Pro Street PSP games. Those are the only two ones I had. Yeah. Of how much I enjoyed the game, that's where it would rank in B tier.
It was the return to the classic cop. No, that was not. Never mind. It had a cop system,
Yeah.
which I think is still miles better than what Unbound did.
Yeah.
Speaking of piece of shit, I mean Unbound.
Yeah, this is gonna be the placeholder for Unbound. Isn't Own the City where you are a literal murderer? Yes, it is.
Yeah, crash. Come on.
Here.
I think it's worse.
I could see that.
It's worse.
I had a more enjoyable time with it than 2015.
I could not complete the story on Unbound as well,
Yeah.
but not because of some technical issues. Because I think I would prefer the story of Need for Speed. Because holy shit, at week 2 the game became so stale and boring.
Yeah. Something I might do and I'm considering is taking everything behind Grid, like taking these 5 and shifting them down to E, which I might do at the end. But
Also multiplayer. Oh goodness, the multiplayer.
oh, mine didn't even work. It just refused. Like the multiplayer on Unbound just no.
I'm just gonna say, in Heat you had what, 8 slots for teammates to join you. I think 8, or is it like more?
Yeah, but didn't the online and Heat just refuse to work even?
No, it worked. It worked pretty well actually.
Huh.
They only had one bug where it just broke at launch.
Yeah.
Unbound, however, 4 people max.
Yeah.
You know what was the funniest part?
What?
The payout for races was actually horrible.
Yeah.
To the point where I just went, you know what? No, I don't want to even do this the legitimate way. So I actually had to just cheat my money in, because otherwise it was boring and bad.
Yeah.
It's you know what? It's undoubtedly Criterion's weakest game.
If people thought 15 years was cringe, Unbound is somehow worse. Yeah.
It's not even, yeah. Also, this is my gripe, okay, and this is a personal gripe that I'm gonna rant about. I think.
All right.
What do you say it? They. Fuck, how do you say it? They advertised, I think, maybe. Is that how
Yeah.
you'd say? ASAP Rocky so much in that game.
Yeah.
They were like, "Ooh, he's very crucial. He's very crucial. We built a Mercedes for him." Bro literally appears in one race where you actually race him, and everything else is like, "Yo, you did good. You did bad," or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
So my biasness towards hating the Need for Speed Unbound is very big, very strong.
True.
Granted, I also bought the game for like $20, and I still felt scammed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bought it
the game on free the weekend and wanted my money back.
Yeah, I bought it for 70, but I was at least able to make content out of it and make more than my money back. So that at least worked out kind of there, but still. Yeah. Unbound
Think about it
is...
as an
Yeah.
think about it as an average non-YouTuber consumer way, and you'll see what I meant.
Yeah. The next one of these I've played is Project Cars 2. Project Cars...
Amazing game.
Project Cars 2, I'd probably put... here. It's like a decent, solid A tier.
Yeah.
I'd probably put it about the same as Rally 2, from my experience. But they both have their own like strengths and weaknesses there. Is what that rapper did to the poor 190? Yeah.
Hmm.
We built that 190 specifically for that one guy, and that just for him to use it in one singular race.
Yeah.
No, it's there is a real 180. A real 190 was actually made for ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
War car.
Yeah. But I think PC2 decent enough, solid sim.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah. The next one out
My
these
ears.
PC2 is really good. That game had the balls to finally have the R30 silhouette formula finally. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. And this is another string of really strong games to me. The PGR series.
Wait, yeah.
PGR 1.
Oh. Wait, is there even a Metropolis Street Racer?
Let me see actually. Let me put this back real quick.
That's in yeah, there we go. Metropolis Mario Kart, so it's after Mario Kart.
No, it's not because it would be right here.
Yeah, there's no Metropolis Street Racer.
I could have swore I saw it earlier. Somewhere in here.
You know,
Unless I just missed it.
interesting.
Huh. PGR is under any TXR game? Yeah, there's a bunch of TXRs down here, but we'll be getting to them. PGR... Yeah, PGR is just goated entirely, all the PGR games. I'd say PGR 1 is... here for me.
Oh yeah, X-Rays is incredibly based.
Yeah, PGR 1 is up there. PGR 2...
Another incredibly based.
I'd probably say here for me. I put PGR 1 a little bit higher just because I played more of it growing up. PGR 3 is the one I forget about the most. I have the least memory of PGR 3.
PGR 3 is definitely better than 2, but it's not as good as 1.
Yeah, I'll just put it in front of 2 because that's the one I have the least memory of, but I know they are solid still.
And then the goated one.
Yeah, and then PGR 4, which
Just guess the game.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
up there in the Horizon and Grid area.
Yeah. The sounds of PGR goated. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they are. Microsoft did PGR 4 dirty and had little to no marketing at all and released the literal week after Halo 3. True. Very true.
Sad reality, but
Yeah, PGR deserved so much better because they were so good. Basically all of them were solid. Oh yeah.
based games.
What do we have next?
Grid Racer, maybe?
Nope. I never played any of them.
Oh, he didn't play Road Rash. Some of the...
I did play this.
I am running on a delay. Sonic Racers.
Yeah, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing.
I can't comment, never played.
Any of them not even Ridge Racer Type 4? No, I just didn't have them growing up. Like I didn't I owned a PS2, but I never had any Ridge Racers.
Granted,
Mercs, what is it?
my-
What?
granted, Mr. Fast over here is much younger than Ridge Racer 4.
Yeah. I've never owned anything older than a PS2. Any console. No, I have a Game Boy Color, which is older than a PS2. But no, like, actual main console, which is older than that. Being random, don't worry. Yeah. All-Stars Racing is good, but Transformed is better. I know, but I haven't played Transformed, so... Isn't it on Steam? Because if it's on Steam, I might give it a try.
I think it is.
Yeah, then I'll probably give it a try at some point.
Understandable.
Let's see. I also had this. This is the worst
Oh,
game on the list so
oh.
far.
Oh no, it's the other one.
Yeah. It's on Steam yet? Okay, then I'll probably give Transformed a try. But Sonic Riders,
Trash.
Sonic Riders is the second trash. That is, I think, unless I'm missing something, that will be the lowest one of the list. That will be the worst.
I remember trying it out somewhere, playing my. Wait, didn't you get like the skateboard thingy for the game or something?
It's the Kinect version? No, I think the Kinect version is Sonic Free Riders, I believe. I'm talking about the one that was on PS2, or at least that was released on PS2 as well. Very love or hate it, admittedly. I'm a big Sonic fan, even though I know a lot of their games aren't very good. I'm big on Sonic. I've always been big on Sonic, and I like the idea of like a Sonic racing game. You did not rate the first Riders as trash tier? Is this the one on PS2? Is this the one I'm thinking of?
I think this is the Kinect version, because no, maybe not. I don't know.
Is
All I
it-
know is that I tried doing the Kinect version. I flailed my arms so much, and nothing happened. Literally
Ye-
nothing.
Yeah, let me just look it up, because I'm trying to figure out which one's the Kinect version and which one's the actual version.
Yeah.
Sonic Riders. – 2006, released on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. So Sonic Riders is the one I'm thinking of. And yes, I did rate it as trash tier. Yeah. Sonic Riders, I had the game when I was a kid. It felt awful to play. It didn't look very good. The AMV cutscenes were... there, I think. I don't even remember what the campaign was, because it was also really bad at it. It just... was not big on this one. Why is FH5 so low? Because it's mid at
It's a
best.
piece of shit game.
I made a big old video about it, and then I've been in a video with someone else that was 2.5 hours on why it wasn't very good. Because that's just how FH5 is. It's just not very good. IGN says it's literally the best racing game of all time, and they have no idea what they're talking about.
You have to be smoking crack to say that, unironically.
Yeah, true. I think we have the Sonic games. I want to try Sonic R, because I've heard it's bad but fun. Thank you, Mr. McLean, for the follow. Yeah, but Dirt 4 isn't better, and Rivals. To be fair, I did get some people saying that Dirt 4 and 5 should be lower. I could also see that. Yeah, I'd rather play Rivals than Horizon 5, even though well, the one thing I give Horizon 5 for Rivals. Rivals is boring compared to Horizon 5. That's the thing I'll give it. That Rivals is more boring. IGN could complete the Cuphead tutorial. It says God Hand is the worst game ever, so why would I trust them? True. Thank you, Plasma TV, for the follow. 4 is fine there. 5 should be lower. I could also see that. I could see putting 5 even lower.
Man.
Yeah, because I was just saying earlier, I'm thinking about shifting 5 to Midtown down to E tier, but I'll think about that once we get near the end. I'll do a little bit of shuffling around near the end, to figure things out more accurately. But yeah. Let's see what we got next. Spy Hunters, SXX. I did actually play SSX. This is actually really fun. From what I remember playing. I didn't even play it for very long, but this is actually very, very solid. I'd probably put it...
Based. Very based game.
there. I'd probably put it about there. This looks like a racing game? I don't know. I don't even know if I'd call it a racing game, because I played it a long time ago. It's really good, though. This guy here, did you rank all the Midnight Club games? Yes. Here's Midnight Club 1 in E tier. 2 is in B tier. And S and L and 3 in LA are S tier. Felt more like a sports game. True. Yeah, SSX. If they're gonna have any problem with like calling this a racing game, I could see that. But if I were to put this among them in terms of how much I enjoyed it, that's where I'd put it.
It is an
Yeah.
incredibly enjoyable game.
Yeah, it's really solid. MC3 is definitely my favorite racing. Definitely and totally not biased. Yeah. The other ones use Alpine Racer 3 in there. No. Apparently not. Yeah. So let's see what else we got. We got SXX. We have the funny game that I didn't play.
Ah, yeah.
That's right. I did play The Crew, but not for very long. Also Automodelista, yeah. For any of you, because I know it's just a good few people just came in. I'm not ranking games that I haven't played before, so all of these I've never played up to where we're at now. Halo's good, NTSC is bad. Oh yeah. The Crew 1 is pretty good. From what I remember, it was decent, but I didn't play a whole lot of it.
The Crew one wasn't as good until like they added the what's it called? The big DLC that overhauled the game.
Yeah.
thingy.
It felt fresh.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the Crew 1 probably. You know what? I'll stick it on there. I think I remember it being like a good B or A tier kind of game. I'll just put it like bottom of A, just because I can't remember it all that well.
While the game without Wild Run was probably at the mid B tier, but with the Wild Run DLC, it made it at easily good A tier.
Yeah. Since I can't remember it that well, I'll just put it bottom of A for the time being.
Granted, the tuning system was kind of dog shit, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah. Now, here's where we get to some interesting games. I'm gonna start with the first ones the earliest ones in the series, Tokyo Extreme Racer. Now, the first one I'm gonna do is Tokyo Extreme Racer 0. And this is gonna go relatively low.
I'm not gonna comment, I haven't played any EXD.
I have played this one. Thank you, press 147 for the follow. Basically Tokyo Extreme Racer 2.5. True. And I did have this game growing up. I still have it. I think I'm looking at it right now in my... Yeah, I'm looking at it in my collection. But this... It would get outmatched by what came after.
PXR Zero probably just has the best soundtrack, and that's like the only thing it has going for it
I could
against
see...
the third game.
Yeah, I could see this or Drift 2 having the best soundtrack, I'd say. In terms of how much fun I had with the game, I'll put top of C. Yeah, it is like insane. Well, to be fair, all of their soundtracks are just kind of like the wackiest shit you've ever heard. I only took Extreme Racer I played as Drift 2. Yeah. Drift 2, you're gonna see where that goes in a minute. But the next one, I think, if I remember correctly, the Drift came out next, but 3 came out next in North America. But I'll do 3 first because I want to do both the Drift series back to back. So 3 to me is just a more improved 0, and for that reason I'd probably put it 0, 2, 3, then Drift 2. Yeah. I played 0, then Drift 2, then Drift 1, then 3. That's the order I played them in. And that's the only ones I've played, so... But I'd probably put 3... top of B tier. It's very solid, and I would recommend this game, but it is also, like, very specific in terms of how it feels. At least very late in NA, like 2006, 2007. Yeah. Yeah.
I get that Drift 2 was PS2 only, but the fact that it was released in 2007 and looked like 2003 kinda made me not like it a bit less, honestly.
What? TX3 is GSR, the Drift ones are spin-offs? Yesn't. I could probably put 3 in A tier, somewhere among there, but I'm not necessarily sure where I would want it to go in A tier, so I'll put it at top of B for now. So now we have Drift 1. Oh no, I messed it up. Here we go, Drift 1. Drift 1 is, to me, not as good as 3. I'd probably put it about here. Did someone give me a link to the tier list? Let me actually do that. I don't actually know where you'd find it. I actually modified the tier list a little bit, like I changed what the tiers are called. But you should be able to find it if you just look up on tierlist.com. It's like one of the first results that just says racing game tier list. Also Elite Tune Racing, which is actually a TXR game on 360. Do you mean Import Tuner? You mean this one? Import Tuner Challenge? Imagine how many of those games are still available online. Yeah. Very few.
Actually, Import Tuner Challenge, it was released in 2006, yet it looks like it was made in 2008 or 2009.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be. Yeah, I figured that was probably what you were meaning, Jordan. And then we have TXRD2. The series, the last 2 are out. Yeah, I still need to play that game. TXRD2. This is me going through all the games that I think it beats in terms of how much fun I've had with it. I'm trying to figure out whether I've had more fun with it than PGR Underground. Yeah. Yeah. That's where I think I want to put TXRD2. It's a really good TXR, but doesn't feel like TXR to me. Well, that's the weird thing. Like, I basically started with Drift 2 because my experience with 0 was very difficult. Because 0 is like the hardest, or one of the hardest in the series, and I played it when I was very young, so I could not get far at all with it. I'm gonna go sleep so I can check back in the morning. Yeah, better be right. Alright, we'll see you, Rika, dude. But that's why I rate 0 a bit lower, was because of what my, like, first experiences with the game were. I'd probably put it in, like, B or A if it wasn't for that. It was actually the 3rd game in the Kaido Battle Pinball series. Yeah, because it was, like, Kaido Battle 1, Kaido Battle some other prefix, and then Kaido Battle 2. I think. Or this was just called Kaido Battle 3. Yeah, it never came out in the West. It was sort of like a weird in-between between the two, though. Yeah. But TXRD2, I have so many, like, fond memories with this game because I had it growing up, and it's just... It has so much character, there's so many different things going on, you can do so much, and it, for a PS2 game, it has a lot going on. There's just something different about this game. There's also a racing game that's only in Japan made by Genki. Yeah. I think they made a good few mobile games afterwards that were still Genki games.
There was only one as far as I could remember, and it's been taken off.
Yeah.
So the services are off.
Yeah. Let's see where we're at now. I feel like I had Downhill Jam, but no, I didn't. It was something else. What else did I play? Wreckfest. Actually, let me see if this is the last one on here that I've played.
Might be.
Actually, no, this isn't. But Wreckfest Racing Battle C1 Grand Prix. I also heard about that one. I heard it's somewhat similar to Gran Turismo. I think a little bit. And I heard that is solid, but it's Japan only, so it might be kind of difficult for me to try. We also have Wreckfest. I'd say Wreckfest is a solid A, maybe low S game.
Yeah.
That's where I'd say Wreckfest fits in best. Because Wreckfest is really good, and it's one of the only, like, actually... I don't know if I'd call it an arcade racer. It's very arcadey, but it's got a lot of realistic elements within it. I guess you could call it an arcade racer, but and if you did, you'd be one of the top ones. Oh yeah, Wreckfest is really good. Like, for the modern titles, you notice how, like, with a few exceptions, most of these are the older titles. This is one of the best newer games on the list.
It's such an enjoyable game.
Yeah. And next, the last two games on the list are absolute stinkers. Starting with this. Now, I wonder how many of you actually know what this is. Do any of you know what this is?
I cannot see the. I do not know the name
Nope.
of the game.
It's called RPM tuning, or Top Gear RPM tuning, depending on the release.
Remember? Oh God.
Yeah, this is an interesting game, because I had a physical copy of this game, and it is currently stuck in my original Xbox. And I kind of liked this game. I actually kind of enjoyed playing this game. However, you can see that in a lot of retro game stores. This is the worst racing game on this list.
Yeah.
Like, this,
I remember.
it barely qualifies as a video game, and it looks and feels so goofy to play. It...
It feels like one of those Java games that you play online.
I would ended up stuck in the Xbox. The Xbox, like, died, and I couldn't, like, it quit turning on, and to get it out, I have to press the power button, and it doesn't turn on anymore, so it's stuck in the Xbox.
You know you can physically remove the DVD by putting a needle into a hole on the Xbox.
Oh, I actually haven't done that yet.
Yeah, you can do that. Also, this game genuinely does feel like one of those, you know what, those online cool math games, the racing games, that would qualify.
Yeah. Like, I'd rather play, like, a Burnin' Rubber, or a, like, Tokyo Racer Battle, whatever, and different stuff like that. Turbo Trucks, Motorbike King, Phoenix racing games are awfully bad. Oh no, this is worse.
This is
This barely qualifies as a racing game. Right under this, that also barely qualifies as a racing game. And this. These two were at least attempts at making an racing game, but they just failed miserably.
yeah. Granted, I still think Midnight Club would match in the Need for Speed Undercover and Payback, where they tried to make a game.
Yeah.
This one is just a not even a tech demo. An early alpha version of the game would be more accurate.
Yeah. And then we have the last game on this list that I didn't even expect to be here. This.
Overdrive? No.
This is Reckless the Yakuza missions. If none of you... This is a Big Rigs level game where there's just... like... no one even...
I think.
like,
I
it's...
think it.
it just came out of the ether one day and just exists as, like, a piece of technology that should never have been created.
I think it deserves its own tier.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, nothing can beat Big Rigs, but we'll give it its own tier. Was more Xbox Tech Demo than a real game that people remember? True.
My ice cream. No, my pudding.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and put it there. If it wasn't there, it would have gone straight in trash. But, yeah.
It's just a game of all times.
Yeah, it really is. It's just a game of all time. Yeah. But I think let me see what we got in here and what I might want to move around some.
Clearly, Unbound is too high of a tier.
Yeah, I'm going down from the top and seeing. Doing some like final adjustments to see where I really want everything.
Wait, you played Colin McRae Rally 1 but not 2?
No.
Interesting. That's 4. Frankly, I'd put it above 5, whatever it is. 4, Horizon 4 is not as bad as Horizon 5.
Yeah.
GT7 should also be lower.
I'm fine with having GT7 there, I'd say. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Like bottom of C tier. Put into the hey stinky tier. Hey stinky! Yeah.
You know what? True. You probably made. Wait, you didn't even play 7. So you.
Yeah.
Money off of it by not buying it.
Yeah.
7.
Rip Bozo. I'm debating whether to drop everything from Horizon 5 back into E tier.
If you include Horizon 5, yeah. Although Midnight Madness is kind of fun for its year when it was released.
Yeah, because it's very primitive, but it's from 1999, so... You know what? Yeah, I'll...
However, Motorsport 5 Unbound definitely deserve E tier.
Yeah.
Same goes for 2015, frankly.
Of the ones here,
Undercover at least had a goofy story.
yeah, I'll put Undercover above Midnight Club actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is my final list of all the racing games I've played. How I would rank them.
Hey, editing mine. Hey, oh my god, I'm having a stroke. Hey, editing miner. Don't forget to change the image of Need for Speed Nitro for Unbound.
Oh yeah. I'll just put like a tracker on it to hopefully like make it show up as Unbound, I guess.
I could help you. Wait, give me a second. You have audio track, right? Which showcases you.
No, I can just give it a... There we go.
I was gonna yell, but okay.
Yeah, I can do a sync clap.
You're gonna be like, what's that spike? Oh wait, I remember. I could change the image.
Yeah. But yeah. I think
Gentlemen.
this is the final list. Let me know what y'all thought of it. How you would rate the list, and I will actually, hopefully, if I can remember to post the list or the original version at least on the description for the video, so it should be down there somewhere.
And now for the ultimate challenge. You play all of them.
I already have. These are all games that I've played.
Even big rigs? No, I said again.
No. But yeah.
It's a very clear no.
Yeah,
That is it all.
it's that scene from iRobot. No.
No.
Yeah. No.
Granted, I'd be rather caught dead than play some of those games,
Yeah.
so I can understand.
Like, it's basically, like, how I have it is, B and up is good, C is okay, well, yes, C is okay, and then, like, D and below is don't even bother.
Burnout Takedown is so good. I feel sometimes it's overshadowed by 3. Huh?
You want to rephrase that a little bit? Maybe just, or are you just being a funny man?
Huh? Add the funny ha sound effect.
Oh, let me see if I got it.
I've actually got the ISO for Burnout 3, but it was
Yeah.
literally just for the Underground 2 demo.
Ooh, I completed 3 numerous times. It's so good.
Yeah, but I think this will be the final list. I think you meant Revenge. Yeah, Revenge is solid. Someone earlier said that it was the best Burnout, and I could see that.
It's alright. A bit too easy, but alright.
Yeah. But this is the final tier list, and I think I'm gonna leave it at that. So, hopefully y'all had a good time here. Apparently there were 3 clips in the stream, and I'm gonna go back and see what people did from the stream. I want to see what was clip-worthy moment here. But,
Interesting.
yeah. Like, I hear more people talk about 3 than Revenge. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I think 3 might have sold a lot more than Revenge, that's probably why.
3 was more hard. 3 was more challenging.
Yeah.
3 was the ball buster game.
FM5? It's just not good or interesting or innovative. It's just okay-ish, not really. I could see maybe putting it in D at most. Like that's where I had it for a while. Was like mid D tier. Oh,
I see.
yeah. But yeah. I think that's where I'm gonna end the stream here.
I
Yeah.
really went on a 3-hour grind.
I mean, that's how long streams normally are, is like 3-4 hours.
Yeah. Granted, you did a tier list.
Yeah. But, like, look at how all the stuff that could have gone on the tier list. Like, look at this.
Looking at it, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hopefully y'all had a good stream, and I am working on the next video. I'm hoping to have it out within about 2 or 3 weeks, but it could take till the, like, 1st or 2nd week in November. I don't know. But, yeah. I'll be seeing y'all around. Oh, it's only like 5:30 my time. I'm probably going to go eat dinner, but, yeah. See y'all later. Good night for y'all. Because I figure most of y'all are probably in Europe land.
Yeah, it's literally 46 past midnight.
Yeah. But I'll go ahead and end the stream. See ya.